Your repurposed freighter drifts through space. As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh. Did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up, I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign. Alright, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, 3 strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How did you do that? I have the right tools for the job. There's somewhere we need to go. It's been shrouded for so long, there won't be any path for us to follow. The only person who knew the way is gone. But in my dreams, I swear, I've seen it. The mist-shrouded hills, the forgotten halls, the dungeon that never ends. It's like we've been there before, like this story is already a part of ours, like it's waiting for us at the edge of our imagination. That is where our journey begins.
Trollord Games, join the fray.
All right, we are live. Now I can go in here and make the cams bigger. Couldn't do it in stream. I'm Chuck Cumbo, Community Director for Trollord Games, and we're here today to raise money for St. Jude's with the Greyhawk Megastream fundraiser event, the UNDEAD TUMULT. Tumult. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? Or is it Tumult? Right? Tumult. Yes. All right. And our wonderful castle keeper is going to be Stephen Chenault down the lower right-hand corner. He'll be leading us through this. If you guys want to, we go over a few little things real quick in the stream. First off, we are doing giveaways. Let me get those started because that's one thing I did not restart was the giveaway thing. I'll take about 2 seconds. So everybody that's going to watch this game today, you can just enter in the raffle. Just give us a follow over at Trollord Games, twitch.tv/Trollord Games. You have to give us a follow over here and then X-Play Sport raffle in the chat. Let me start this up now. There it goes. It's live. Those that typed in beforehand, better just do it again because I think you missed it. And so that's there. The second thing is we're raising money for St. Jude's for charity. So I'll have instructions that will spam through as we play, and I have commands I can release. But just so you guys know, we are keeping track, and this is something you'll need to know too, Steve. I know we talked about it, but this is the nitty-gritty details, if you will. We are sitting at $340 at our stream already, just getting started. The total, we're almost about to hit $6,000 for the total thing already with just a couple games.
Very good.
Yeah. So for every $100 that's donated, whoever puts it over that $100, all right, will get a special hero point that they can donate to either Steve or one of the players. It can be used after your roll, and it just gives you a +1 to your roll. So if you have a 19 and you want to make it a 20 for a critical hit, you can use the hero point, right? Coco, do you think you could keep track of the hero points for me for at least a little bit?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be great. Is there a cooldown on entering raffles? No, there shouldn't be. Why? Is it not working? Oh, it's working. Kenny. No, oh, I see what you're saying is because of last stream. No, you can enter again. It's fine. We don't care. All right. So for right now, since we're sitting at $340, we've got 3 hero points already. And I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and just say we'll just do another one. So we'll give everybody to start. Everybody gets a hero point to start. How's that? Right? 1 hero point each. So everybody's got 1. And again, if you use it during after a roll, it's or whatever, it's 1 point added to your die roll. All right. And again, you can use that to help out Steve as well if you feel like he's not killing this fast enough. You know. And therein lies a list of all the people who's playing and what they're playing. But we're going to go through that real fast. What I would like to do is get everybody introduced, and Steve, you could take over. So we'll start upper top of third to my right. Oh, my other right to Kurt. Kurt, tell me a little bit about yourself, if you would, please.
Hi, everybody. I am Kurt, also known as Covenant. I'm a freelance TTRPG writer, and I generally live in the floorboards beneath Creep's house. Aside from that, yeah, don't worry. Don't ask questions about it.
Creepy.
Outside of that, I run games across the internet and sometimes stream on my own channel where I play survival horror games. Past that, yeah, that's about it. I work on stuff sometimes with most of these various wonderful people.
All right. Coco?
Hi, everybody. Coco Buddy 94. I stream on my own channel. I'm a variety streamer. I also play a lot of D&D and CNC here and there on various other channels as well. So you'll be seeing me a lot this weekend. But thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're glad you're here. It's awesome. Creep.
Hi. Hello. I'm Darling Creepshow. I am your resident creep on Twitch, and I play TTRPGs all across the internet with all of my friends, like the wonderful folks here at Trollord Games. And primarily on my channel, you can find me painting little guys, because I'm just a little guy painting little guys. And you know what? I let Kurt out today, and Kurt, you better not make a mess. I'm going to be real pissed. I got the spray bottle ready for you.
I went potty before we left. Don't worry.
Oh, God.
Rub his nose in it.
Boy, this is going to be a stream and a half. Okay, great. Lord have mercy. And Rob, if you would, please.
Yeah, so I am Rob Phantom NJ, and yeah, I also do a lot of game streams, and well, I was running just before this, and I'll be running right after this because I apparently don't have much else to do with my life. This is my pride and joy. You know, help. Anyway, looking forward to playing today because you know this is what I do. Glad to see everybody and looking forward to having a lot of fun.
All right, and then I'm going to hand this over to our CEO, Stephen Chanel. Steve, tell us what we're doing today besides dying in your hands.
Oh, nobody will die. This will be easy peasy. There won't be any problems with that. If you guys are ready to dive in, we can dive in and start to play. If everybody's ready to go, got your characters ready and all that, we're going to introduce as we do as a part of the play. We're not going to do kind of a preamble beforehand. So if you guys are ready, let's dive right in. Are we good?
We're good, other than I'm going to take an AFK break for just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so just a quick couple of notes before we do that, actually. So if you have, if you want to thing during combat or that does not take an action, you can just you could just shout it out. Go, run over to the left flank, whatever. That's not a combat action, so just do that. If you roll a natural 20, you do maximum damage plus 1d4. And if you roll a natural 1, you're going to drop your weapon unless you have a noose on it that you've told me previous that you've got around your wrist. And only certain weapons are going to allow that. Of course, like a mace, a battle axe, something like that. If you're shooting a bow or a crossbow and you roll a natural 1, you're going to roll a d6. If you roll a 6, it is the arrow or bolt. If you roll a 1 through 5, it is the mechanism or string that breaks. That's really only house rules I've got. Other than that, we can dive right in. All right, so we won't wait for Chuck. He can just catch up. He'll come wandering in at the end of it. You guys find yourselves, it's deep into the winter, somewhere probably mid-December, something like that. You've been in the town of Cuddleburg for quite some time. This is a large walled town on the very edge of the kingdom of Kaomar, just beyond Cuddleburg, and I think it's the East River is wilderness. And the knights here have been slowly pushing themselves up the East Road and across the East River to get themselves further along, conquer a little bit territory here and there. You guys are just a band of adventurers. You've known each other for a while. You're relatively experienced. You're in and around the 3rd level, I think, is where you guys landed. So you've been on a few escapades together. You're familiar with each other. Recently, because your purses are getting empty as the winter, it's difficult to adventure in the winter, so you've kind of lingered here in this tavern and in and around this inn for the better part of the late fall and winter. You're running out of money a little bit, so you have enlisted with the local baron to do whatever he may need done when he needs it done. So he has currently tasked you all via a messenger that one of his knights, the knight Arnold Folk, about 3 days, has a small keep about 3 days north of Cuddleburg. You're going to have to cross 2 rivers. The first one's extraordinarily easy because it's here in Cuddleburg itself, and into the Gorgon Wood. And there, Folk has set up his small keep. No one has heard from him in about 3 or 4 weeks. They don't know why. He was supposed to have been to the Feast of St. Luther the previous week, and he missed that. So he has tasked the 5 of you all with traveling north along the East Fork Road, crossing the plains over to the East Fork River, and across that river you should find his small keep. It should take you about 3 days to get there. So that's what you guys were tasked with. It's early in the morning. You've got maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. It's been snowing quite a bit lately. The town is mostly buttoned up. You have free passes to come and go as you want. So you guys need to kind of plot how you want to travel north to get to this place. But first, we're going to start with some character introductions. So I want you to do just real quickly describe your character and give the viewers here an idea of who and what you are personality-wise. Chuck, you got a question?
Yes, I do real quick. First off, on those ones, if someone rolls a natural 1, just like if they rolled a natural 20, whereas if they rolled a 19 and they use a hero point that they've gotten from a donation, that knocks it to a 20 for a natural. Can they use a hero point to take that 1 away as well?
Oh, wait. So what you're saying is the hero point it gives you a natural 20, so it takes away that special excitement that one gets with an actual.
But the excitement comes with the donation, you see?
Yes,
right.
That's fine too. Yeah, you can un-nat 1 yourself if you want, or nat 1 yourself if you want. If you want your book to break.
Jeremy, it is a dark world.
Incorrectly.
The other question I had for you, Steve, was real fast. Was I'll just carry on. I can't even remember.
It'll come to you. All right. Cora, is that what I should call you, Cora? Is that good?
Yes, that is my name.
Chuck keeps saying Coco, so I'm not sure what.
Oh, that's not her real name. That's her character's name.
No, that's my character's name, but no, right. Coco or Bunny. Yeah.
Good deal. We're going to go with Coco. I will try, by the time the game's over, I'll have memorized everyone's names. I'm going to try to call you Coco. All right, Coco, so let's get a quick description on your character.
Yes, so I am Cora. I'm a little halfling ranger. She's this, short little stout little thing. She probably looks to be maybe about early 20s. She's got this bright red hair, bright green eyes, little freckles, very white, pale skin. She's dressed in the normal clothing of a ranger with the hood and the bow on her back and a hand axe on her hip and a sword as well on the other hip. She could be very shy, but she's also, when it comes time to battle, she gets very, very serious. But yeah, that is Cora.
All right, Kurt. I waited till you were taking a drink.
Thanks, appreciate that. Jurgen is the epitome of a fantasy edgelord. All of his clothing is black. All of his daggers are hilted in black. You cannot see his face, only his mouth. There's just eyes in his shadow. And he very much is my parents are dead kind of guy. Very much needing to fit that stereotype because he's hiding his insecurities behind all that darkness.
There you go. All right, Creepshow.
Yes, I am playing Lurtz, the half-orc fighter today. He is a monster of an orc with very dark green skin. He towers above the party in his chainmail hauberk, and it looks like it has seen lots and lots of battle. When he smiles at you, it is unsettling because of the rows of sharp, jagged teeth in his mouth, some of them broken, and you don't know why, and you don't really question it. And he's quite brazen in battle. He has no fear in him, but unfortunately, he's a bit dumb.
A bit dumb, is that what you said?
Yeah, he's a bit dumb.
All right, Rob, you're up. We cannot hear you.
I didn't do it.
we go.
Chuck's usually to blame.
I am, taking the part of Chuck who. So yes, I am playing Durin Stoutheart, a dwarf of somewhat roundish, though he seems to move really well for the stout fellow that he is. Dark auburn hair, big bushy eyebrows that sometimes seemingly hide his eyes altogether, especially when he scowls. His beard is long, and it's not a single braid, it's not a double braid, but it is an entire macrame of braids going down to covering just above his holy symbol wearing around his neck. His banded mail is always shining. He carries his hammer as if it were his warhammer, as if it was a plaything with the shield on his back, and he warns you that I am not just here for the heals. I want to hit things.
A little violence in your nature. All right, well, that joins with the half-orc perfectly, I think. All right, Chuck, you're up.
I am playing Barabbas. He's a dwarven fighter, and he has been he's an older dwarven fighter. He's probably if you knew dwarven age, you would probably assume him to be in his probably late 30s, early 40s. He's had a pretty rough last few months, and has been down in his cups quite a bit. So he's been with you guys for a little bit, but he keeps to himself. He likes to drink heavily, and he loves to fight.
There you go. All right, how equipped, when you guys made these characters, or are these pre-gens? I'm not sure. How equipped is everybody?
Yeah, so they're pre-gens. That's what I forgot to tell you. They're pre-gens, and they have spells and a normal equipment, but no magical items whatsoever. 0.
Okay.
So you can give or take whatever you want to do.
As everything requires a +2 to hit.
So let's do this real quick, since you don't have a magic item. 1, you each have 7 days of food. All right, 7 days of food, 2 water flasks. 2, pick a magic item that you want. You can do 2, but it can't. Whatever it is, it can't go over a +3. So you can pick like 1 +3 weapon, or a +1 shield and a +2 weapon. just keep it to the +3 thing. Or you can pick one unusual magic item, like a ring of feather falling or something like that. Nothing extraordinary, what the Holy Avenger or none of that stuff, but something relatively normal. All right, so while you guys are hobbling that together, so the weather's been, as I noted earlier, extraordinarily foul. It's snowing a whole lot. You've got a good 5 or 6 inches of snow on the ground. You're going to have to welcome the snow. You guys got pretty good winter clothing. 7 days of food. Should take you about 3 days to get there, 3 days to get back, depending on how fast you move and what happens along the road. So your food supply should be good. So what is going to be your plan of march? You got to leave town and go north. I need to know things. You guys need to decide, and you can role play it out however you want to do it. You're going to have someone who's sort of in charge. Are you going to set watches at night? Are you going to have a marching order? The first 3 days will be in the open country, almost no hills, anything. It's just like walking through Kansas with snow.
I don't suppose there's riding goats around anywhere that I could buy, because 5 inches of snow on my legs, I fall forward, it is going to be all over. This is not good.
There are no goats for sale that you could ride for certainty. Go ahead.
But is there a cart? Because as long as we get the cart, Lurtz can pull it, and we're fine.
I think Lurtz
Lurtz is just looking around. Oi, I ain't no horse. What are you talking about?
No, but it'll be a long trip, and you'll need to get your exercise in to maintain those glorious muscles of yours.
Well, I mean, I have tiny legs, so if I don't mind being carried or pulled, I just know I'm not walking. Anyone can carry me.
And the halfling would have a little trouble pushing through, I guess, about half a foot of snow or so.
I think Lurtz reaches down and like scruffs her.
Oh,
And just kind of puts her up on his shoulders. The child sits here. You'll be fine.
This is so nice. I
Yes.
like it up here.
Apparently, they run Bata Town.
That was so kind of you, Lurtz. Thank you.
I just look at the dwarf and go, "You're not riding on my shoulders."
No, I wasn't going to ride on your shoulders. I have some modicum of self-respect.
Some, but not a lot. That's important with this group.
All right, so absent mounts, absent goats or carts, are you going to just head out on your 2 feet, force march it? What are you going to do?
I would like to procure some snowshoes.
Some snowshoes, easily done.
Snowshoes would be interesting, but I given alternatives, yes, okay, snowshoes.
All right, it takes you guys about an hour or so to procure these snowshoes. That'll actually stop the snow from cutting into your movement, so you'll be able to move relatively quickly, relatively normally, I should say. A little bit exhausting, but nothing you guys aren't used to. So I assume that you, somewhere around mid-morning, you guys set out on your trek. It's open country, as I said. You cross over the East River, I think it is, Anacottlberg, and onto the what that road's called, onto the paved road that was paved long ago, but it too is covered in snow. And you guys start tramping north. Sun's out. It is an absolutely brilliantly blue sky over you. The sun is so bright, and the snow is so white that it's the reflection of it. It numbs your minds a little bit as you get a little bit of snow blindness going on. Nothing terrible, and nothing that's going to impact combat or what have you. And you guys just tramp, moving up through the snow. You don't see anything. Every once in a while, a small farmstead, usually walled, but north of the river here, you don't have too many settlements like that. Morning whiles away with nothing untoward occurring. At noon, stop for a small break, keep tramping on. The snowshoes prove to be a brilliant addition to your movement as you cover it. Of course, the halflings utterly unexhausted because she's riding along alerts. It does give you an extremely good field of vision from where you are. You're about what, 6.5? Is that what you said, Lutz?
Yeah, I'm quite large. He's massive.
Yeah,
He's
so
on the
Lutz is,
tall end.
yeah, and so the halfling's a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet above that. So you've got really nice, a good clear vision in front of you. Night begins to settle on you guys. Still nothing here and there. In the distance, you can see a small copse of trees. It looks like it's been farmed a little bit. But what are you going to do for the evening? You going to set watches, or how are you going to play now? You can push on too into the night if you want. You've got a few here who you don't have anyone who can see in the dark very well.
I have dark vision.
Yeah,
I have dark vision. I think you guys just see like Lurtz standing on like the edge of camp, like hunched over and just staring out into the darkness, dead-eyed.
There's your watcher.
Is he going to be okay?
The eyes frozen open.
I think the better question is, was she ever okay?
So the question is, are you going to set a watch? Are you going to build any kind of encampment, or just going to plop down in the snow and hope for the best?
Well, Jurgen in his youth was quite apt at building snow forts, so he figures that's probably the closest thing to a shelter they're going to have. So he sets about packing the snow together to build something of a snow fort, so at least it'll keep us warm inside.
A little bit of snow, break the wind at least, if nothing else. All right, so you all hammer that together, settle in, eat rations. Sun sets, it gets just pitch black. Are you going to keep a watch? Or are you just going to all wrap up and go to sleep?
Does anybody else have dark vision?
Yes.
I have dusk vision. Is that kind of like dark vision?
I can't see shit.
Just letting you all know. And Chuck, you're going to have to get into the game to let you guys know. I don't have any idea. I've been playing CNC since 2006, and I have only the vaguest idea of what characters can do. So, I rarely play, and I leave it up to you all to tell me what you can do. But I'm pretty sure that vision doesn't allow you to see at night. But dusk, twilight vision, and dark vision does. Is that right?
No. So here's how it works. Normal vision is normal vision. Dark vision allows you to see 60 foot, all right, underground. If you have deep vision, I think it's double. I think it's 120.
Yeah.
Now,
120.
for dusk and for twilight, just think of it like it is. If it's dusk vision, it's kind of like the way it is before the sun completely sets at night. You've got that view, so you can see where it's very dusky and it's dark looking. You can see into that. It's color for you. So you have the dusk area. Twilight's the same way, like in first in the morning when the sun first comes up, right? You've got a little bit of hard shadows and stuff, but with dusk vision, or twilight vision, you can see very well early in the morning. So really it's a timing thing. If he's got stuff hiding in the dark or in the shadows early in the morning or late in the evening, if you have those visions, you have a good chance of seeing them outside of the normal, right? But that's
I thought one of the darks allowed you to see at night. Is that not the dark or deep vision? Does it not?
Deep vision, deep vision,
well, see,
no.
here's the thing.
Actually, no.
With dark vision, it allows you to see when there's total darkness. You'll see in shade. You'll see in grayscale. You're not going to see as normal. Twilight vision kind of amplifies any natural light. So like moonlight, starlight, it's going to be brighter for twilight vision. It'll be more as if the sun, not quite as if the sun was out, but they'll be able to see much more detail.
Right.
All right. So what's the watch order, or are you keeping a watch?
I think Lurtz is going to take first watch.
All right, Lurtz.
I'll take the midnight watch.
I don't think I do not think the person who can't see in the dark should be.
Oh, here's a better question. Castle Keeper, is it a full moon tonight?
Yeah, so that's perfect.
I can see fine.
It's not a full moon, but the stars are out, the moon is out, and because there's so much snow, you can actually see tremendous distances at the moment, in this particular thing. However, once we've set this kind of watch order, I'm going to assume it's the way it is for the next 6-7 days of adventures. So some of it's going to be on the edge of a forest, depending on where that keep is, what have you. But yeah, for now, you can see, all of you can see great distances around your small Fort Lutz as you have built into the. Wait, no, this would be Fort Jurgen, I think, or is it Fort Lutz? Have we named it Fort Lutz?
No, we name everything Fort Lutz, or everything is Fort Lutz because we don't want to piss the half orc off. Like,
What me names is Lurch.
Lurch.
With an R. With an R.
Okay.
Hasn't anyone seen Lord of the Rings? What's happening here? Anyways, I think Lurtz looks down to Jurgen and says, I think you should get your beauty rest. Let the big boys take care of this, little human.
I'm not going to argue. Wake me up for morning prayers.
You know, you have to sleep at some point. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the dwarf can see in the darkness. You can't see anything. You're
I
useless.
can see fine. There's light. It's reflection off of the snow. Whatever.
Brabus will continue
I
to
don't
drink heavily.
understand what you're talking about.
I know. Science. Forgive me.
Don't you use your smarty pants ways on me. And he like pokes you in the chest.
He just kind of like goes inside and like slides over like a giant snowball that he's using as a door to like close off the little thing. Like, I'm going to bed.
I think he turns and looks at Durin. Bit sensitive, is he?
I don't ask questions of humans. You never know what you're going to. You're never going to understand the answers that you get, and well, yeah, that.
All right, so the question remains: we got Lurtz on first watch. Who's going to take second?
Fine. I shall take the
right.
graveyard shift.
Darren's second, third is going to be.
What did we decide on the number of watches? 3? Right?
No one decided.
Okay. Well, I'll be passed out the whole time, drunk.
Okay. So apparently it's going to be 3 watches. All right,
Yeah, I'm asleep.
Fair enough. All right, so
we know who. If I do decide I might heal somebody, we know who will be getting heals and
Thank you.
who will be fending for
that.
themselves.
You're a good man.
Sleepy time. All right, so just real quickly, so we got 3 people on launch. Lurtz, all of that. I want to ask you a very simple question. What are you doing? What precautions are you making on watch? What are you doing while you're watching?
Lurtz is standing in camp, dead-eyed, staring out.
Okay.
He's just hunched over, staring off into the black of wherever. We're in the woods right now, I'm assuming.
You're in the plains. You can see great distance.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. He's just standing there like a stone tower. Not a single thought in his head, waiting to see movement in the distance.
That sounds like heaven.
Yeah, it's beautiful, really. Like, I wish I was doing that. That sounds great.
Oh, my word.
Wonderful. All right, Darren, what are you doing while you're watching?
Durin basically spends most of his watch polishing his warhammer, lovingly.
So not watching, just good to know. All right, and Halfling, what are you doing?
So she loves nature so much. She's kind of like patrolling around the camp, seeing if she can either hear or see anything, but also taking in, the nature around her while patrolling, because she can multitask.
You are a ranger. Okay. All right, so the evening gets wickedly cold. When you're sleeping, you have to really burrow up and into your bedrolls there. Most of the evening goes by without anything untoward occurring. However, Coco, the halfling, while you are out doing your patrol, you've moved maybe 30 or 40 feet from the walls that Jurgen built. And you see this very light indentation in the snow, clearly a human's foot. Beyond that, to get kind of an idea of weight, stuff like that, you're going to have to give me a track check if you're going to track it.
Yes, I will track it.
I do not know what that check is. I think it's a wisdom check, but I'm not going to swear to it.
It is. It is a wisdom check.
Well, it's Castle Crusades. Whatever you want it to be, Castle Keeper.
Now, this one's technically, it's actually in the book, I'm pretty sure, as marked.
It is.
Okay. So add your level, of course, and your attribute bonus.
Well, that's only going to be a 6.
That's not very good. So you.
No, it's not. My dice hate me already.
You suck.
Our
What?
property is now lost in the snow.
You know, I would love to run a game of Players Once that rolled well. I run 2 games a week and they roll horrifically. I mean, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. All right, so you're looking at this track. You follow it, maybe 3 or 4 indentations. You know, you find in the snow, and then it just, whether it's too dark or the creature is too light, you cannot determine. You can determine it was one, but you can't determine weight or anything beyond that. You can't even quite make out whether it was barefoot or not.
But can I like discern that where the track is very suspicious of why it's there if we haven't traveled in that area?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, no check for that. Just off of what you experienced yesterday, there was nothing as far as you could see for 8 hours of tramping through the snow, and then for these tracks to suddenly materialize in front of you, 30 feet from your fort here would be the odds are against it. Yeah, it's possible, but the odds, right? Probably it came up in the last few hours.
Okay, so I do want to go back, and I go straight to, the one who, helped me be a little passenger princess, and I wake Lurtz awake. Be like, hi, hey, there's this weird footprint out here. I think you need to come look at it.
And you just hear like the loudest fart you probably ever. Like it blows your hair back.
I do my best not to pass out from just the horrendous, wind and smell that it just hit my face all at once. I'm like, this is no time for this. You need to wake up.
He's gonna stand and then like scruff you again and stick you back on his shoulders.
Ooh.
Tell me where, child.
It's this way. It's this way. I guess I kind of like also like grab his ears and like turn him in like the direction that he needs to go.
Oh my god! I'm having a bad.
He's gonna go to where she leads me.
So she leads you out, and you look at the snow. You can't. I mean, she's pointing right at the ground. Whatever she says, you can't see anything. It just looks like snow.
What? I mean, it was there. I don't. It's
you
so
see
weird.
it. You see it, Coco. You still see it.
But I can't see it with my dark vision.
It does. It all just looks like snow to you.
Yeah.
You're looking at it.
Well, do you think we should go wake the others? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't like it. It's just random footprint out here.
Right. Perhaps we should wake up the real edgy one, yeah? See what he has to say about it. He seems like a smart fella.
Yeah, he's a good choice. But I'm afraid if we wake him up, he would yell at us. Interrupting his sleep.
I'm not worried about that.
That's right. You are pretty big. You could take him.
Yeah. And he's gonna make his way back to camp and just start like waking everybody in camp, shaking them all awake. Time to get up, princesses.
You are
Durn
woken from your
said
frozen
straight up,
sleep.
says, "That's my flagon. Give me back my flag."
No, and I'll roll over with his flag and holding it.
Now I want some mead.
So I guess we're gonna get woken up rudely. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh well.
Yeah, you're getting like shook awake by like a 7-foot tall half orc.
I will
Violently.
He's not
Violently. Violently.
like he's like probably thinks that he's being a little softer than like what he normally would, but like he's kind of a Lenny. He doesn't understand how strong he is. He's just don't let him around any rabbits, okay?
Right. Well, I'm immediately gonna stand up and just put my hand at you like that, like, hold on, I've got a damn headache. Too much drink. And I'll just kind of stumble
Well,
off.
it's kind of your fault.
I'll ignore that.
Durn
and
goes
I'll
to
get
his pack and pulls out his flask and
cleaned up.
takes a sip as well. It's not a flagon, but it'll have to do for now. Then takes another long sip.
Chuck, should should we be concerned every time I run you in a game? You're playing someone who drinks too much. Is this is this a cry for help?
No,
We
it's,
need an intervention.
it's the easiest one to run if you get interrupted by things like work.
If we survive, I think we need to speak to someone after this.
Right. If I wasn't running a
Group
stream, it'd be a halfling barbarian, probably. But, you know.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I would like to think that Jurgen carries around pamphlets and he periodically just slides them into his back.
Oh, you should you need to meet one of my Sunday characters.
Oh Lord, maybe we should.
Slides a pamphlet into his pack and just.
Sonia's Paladin of St. Cuthbert hands out pamphlets to everyone and sticks them on things he's killed too.
The great pamphlet.
Oh my god.
There you go. All right, so you guys are all woken up from your, rather uncomfortable cold sleep to face a cold camp, and alerts explaining that there may or may not be tracks outside.
Because it's night, I light a torch because I'm a human who can't see in the dark.
Because Vern's a cleric and he's tired of this cold, he casts the Endure Elements cantrip on himself. Feels much better.
There you go. Now you're nice and
Look, I cast Endure Elements as well, and it didn't cost a slot. And he just points his torch.
Well, I would have cast light, but used a torch, so.
I figure you've only got like 2 hours of night left at this point. It's probably 3-4 o'clock in the morning. There's enough starlight out still. And
A
just
new
enough
follower has joined the fray.
You can try to track, though, Halfling. I'm not sure if you've told everyone that you lost the tracks, or you can just head north.
A new follower has joined the fray.
I can only see a couple, and then I've lost them. So, but they are heading in this one direction. I think we should follow them.
Yes, sure. We will.
I'm so happy you're on board.
We'll follow the mysterious tracks you found in the middle of the night on the plains and he shouts at the top of his lungs, "There's nothing in any direction."
Oh, well, I mean, them being nothing in any direction and them being here, and it automatically suspicious?
Are you sure they're not yours?
No, these are human. They're a lot bigger than mine.
I think I think that Jurgen positions his foot over the track just to make sure that it isn't his, right? To make sure that it's not like some track he left earlier in the evening because he walked out far enough to go pee. Just one of those oh, okay, no, that's not mine. Okay.
Looking at that, you're not convinced that it's not yours. It could be yours.
See, I mean, is there yellow snow around?
There is not near the tracking. So
okay, good. Okay, so it wasn't me. It wasn't me then. Good to know. All right. Well, let's go. I've got the light.
So you guys just set off, forget the track, start moving on, following the road. You can see the indentation of this road. By the time the sun creeps up, you've got a pretty good a distance going, getting into the stride with your shoes there and whatnot. Somewhere around morning, you actually spot, Halfling, from your vantage, you spot those tracks again. So you can hop down and give it another track check if you want.
Yes, I would like to retry because the other one was so disgraceful.
It was not very good.
It was
I don't even
so
think she gets off
embarrassing.
his shoulders. Lurch just grabs her and scruffs her and dangles her Mission
I'm like the
Impossible
prize
style
in a
over the
claw
track.
machine. Yeah, I'm like the little prize in a claw machine. I love it.
Why do I just picture that at this point, right? Cora just has this halfling baby harness that
Like the baby Bjorn.
Yeah,
She's
like
the
baby Bjorn.
Yes.
And just holds her out everywhere she goes and just puts her back.
Yep.
Oh, this is a lot better. 22.
Oh, excellent. All right, so you get a good sight into this one. Start poking around. You quickly discern that the weight is probably about 90 pounds, give or take. The stride is it's definitely human, barefoot. The stride is very long, however, and as you track it maybe another 30 or 40 feet, and it's running along the edge of the road here, it doesn't seem like it's running, but it's got this strange gait to it that doesn't quite fit what a normal human would be walking, and certainly in the snow, a human wouldn't be barefoot.
Okay.
So
So as
taking-
I'm tracking these, like they can, like everybody, while I'm dangling like above, everybody can hear me mumbling, okay, 90 pounds, okay, barefoot, okay, not really walking, but got a weird gait to it. And then kind of like relaying to the party in my own little weird way.
Perfect. You win the game of Castles and Crusades, because I think it is 1 in 10,000 times that I give the ranger information that they actually impart that information.
I like to think that as Cora is like mumbling it, Lurtz is just shouting it out loud.
There you go, amplifying the whole thing.
Yeah. So we need to go this way still.
And here I was worried about my impact of stealth of the party.
But
Right,
stealth.
so you move on throughout the rest of the day. You lose the tracks, find the tracks, lose the tracks, and at one point you find a set of tracks that kind of cross over it that seems to be either the same creature or something like it. So whatever this was, or whatever was meandering around out there, there's either two, or it's making these large loping journeys all the heck over the place. Somewhere around late in the evening, and you guys all instinctively at this point know, sun's still out, still brilliant day, nice day, you instinctively know that you have made extraordinarily good time, having started so early, and the half orc is setting the pace clearly with her long stride, is moving you guys along. Dwarves are a little bit exhausted, but keeping up well enough. And from your vantage, as you're kind of Coco, as you're trying to, is it Coco or Coca?
Coco.
Coco. All right, as you're trying to kind of jumble in your head, is this one creature? Is it whatever? And you spy in the distance. Now you've probably got about 30 minutes of faint light left. You spy in the distance a homestead, a clear homestead. It's got a short wall around it, 2 buildings, but you don't see any column of smoke or anything rising off of it.
Okay. So I look up and I see that, and I'm like, hey, there's a little house over here. It doesn't look inhabited though. So we could possibly check that out. See if there's anything in there that we can, take on our journey, or I guess somebody could be in there, but they're just not home. I'm not sure.
Don't worry, I'll check it out. As he finally is like, yes, bad boy shit. And he runs up as fast as he can, right? And he pulls out 2 of his daggers, and he runs up next to the house and just kind of peeking.
Okay, so it's still several miles off. Do you just take off running?
Oh
in that
yeah.
Okay.
He's like, no. He just.
All right, so the human just bolts running across the snow towards this homestead, and it's clearly a good 2 miles away at a normal pace of 30 minutes to get there, or something like that. Maybe a little faster with the half-orc space. But the human's going to make it a little bit faster than that at a dead run with daggers in hand. So as the assassin, as Jurgen vanishes across the snow, or beats it across the snow, are you guys going to run after him?
Jurgen watches. Dern watches Jurgen run off. Oh, Father, whatever it was I did in a past life, I'm sorry.
Steve, real quick, guys, we've got another donation in from Goth Furycorn, $160. $160.
Wow.
Very nice. Thank you
That
very
is
much.
2 hero points that he has earned to give out. If you're here, Goth, who do you want to get the 2 hero points? 2 different people. Just pick who you want. Preferably not the castle keeper, because he doesn't need any help, but you can do what you need to. And thanks so much for that donation. That's amazing. That's put us up at 500 just for this stream. So that's really good. At least Jurgen is running with his arms to the side instead of behind. That is very true. Very true.
We can fix that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got some, something to tie him up in my bag.
If I Naruto run, will I get there faster?
Thank you so much for the donation too, Goth. That's awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Donation settled. Thank you. What are the 4 of you guys doing? Just watching, keep walking up the road, ignore the assassin? You're going to follow the assassin? What are you going to do?
Oh,
You're
well, I guess it really depends on what Lurch does, because I'm with him.
Lurch holds Cora like eye level. Should we follow him?
Well, I mean, I said it looked uninhabited. I really don't know, so we might need to follow him.
I thought I was supposed to be the stupid one. And he just starts like marching through the snow in that direction, putting Cora back up on his shoulders.
All right, so you guys start walking in that direction. It's going to take you about 20 odd minutes or so at the pace that you're going to get there. Now, Jurgen, what's your constitution?
10.
That's not great. so a full run for 2 miles, probably not likely.
He's got a lot of pizzazz, you know. He's got a lot of, you know.
There you go. You cover a good 3/4 of a mile before the just, you know, it's not your constitution. The air is so cold that you're having trouble breathing a little bit. So
yeah.
Does Lurch catch up with him?
So you can keep walking, or you can wait for your comrades, or do you just keep kind of?
I do the. We've all been there. The winded jog run that's not really faster than a walk. It just, you're doing a lot of motion to make it feel like you're going faster, but you're really not. You're just kind of, right? But yeah, I can imagine that Lurch just comes like striding up next to him, like.
Lurch, you can see that you're gaining, and even in your clouded state of normalcy, that you're confused as to why you're gaining, because he ran so heroically in the beginning. It seems such a valiant charge, but now
Jordan is back there with his hammer over one shoulder, whistling as if he was walking to his favorite watering hole. Or
there you go. Now, yeah, that's a good point. The dwarves keeping up with Lurch. Everybody, you've been on the road for about 12 hours. Well, not quite about, what about 10 hours, give or take at this point. So you're a little bit fatigued even before the mad dash across the snow. And the dwarves, you're able to keep up with Lurch, but it's taking a little bit of a toll because his stride is so much larger than y'all. All right, Jurgen, you're gonna hit that wall about 5 to 6 rounds before your comrades get there. So you have plenty of time to practice your wares on whomsoever or whatsoever is there. So when you get there, it's a small adobe wall. It's made of mud packed grass, little grass bricks packed tight with mud, about 4 feet tall, really just clearly meant to keep, wolves or coyotes out. It is no kind of challenge for someone of your skill set. Inside, peering over it, you can see one large house, and it's built half into the ground. So the doorway, you have to kind of go down steps and into it. It's got a thatched a roof, and then one large barn. The barn is not built down into the ground. Much larger. It also has a thatched roof. You don't see anything living. There's a small well here, a cart. Everything seems just normal. Everything's kind of covered in snow. The only oddity is, and it does not look abandoned. All of this stuff looks relatively, taken care of. The barn doors from where you're facing are open. What do you do?
I would go to the barn if the barn doors are open to go investigate the barn.
All right, you want to just climb over the wall? Or you're going to go around to the gate?
I'm going to pop over the wall. I'm an assassin.
There you go. All right, easily done. All right, so you combat roll over the top of the wall over there, hit the ground, and start sneaking in your black cloak across the snow. But it's not terribly, but it is, the light's fading, so you got a little bit of shadow. Give me a wisdom check. Tell me if it's a prime, and add your level and your attribute bonus to it.
It is a prime. That is going to be what's my level? 17.
You smell something. There's kind of this acrid smell just lingering a little bit in the air. There's, it's cold, a little bit of a breeze, so the smell isn't as thick as it might normally be. But there's this odd smell hanging about.
Have I smelt this before?
The only thing it brings to mind is stale urine, maybe. Maybe the alleyway next to a tavern, that type of thing.
I've been in a horse barn during the winter. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're all kind of catching up. The dwarves are, right?
You're about at this point about 4 rounds behind before you get to the wall. Now that's a good point. So as you guys approach, you all can clearly see the assassin kind of roll over the wall, but you can also see the doorway, the gateway to this small adobe wall. So you can make your way for the gate, or you can go to the wall. What is the plan there?
Lurtz is gonna just go to the gate.
Okay.
He knows he's not a very dexterous man. He's built for smashing and not rolling over things.
There you go. All right, so you guys are angling in that direction. Dwarves, I assume that you're following alerts, and obviously the ranger is clearly going where alerts goes. So.
Durin is pondering his choices and figures. I guess being closer to the big one is probably the best bet.
Always the best bet. Hey, Ranger, give me a spot check. Also make it what I want you to do is roll on your primary attribute, which is strength. So make a strength check for you. Add your level and your attribute bonus.
All right. That is that's a 9.
You can tell the snow is somewhat disturbed inside the compound, but you can't quite tell what it is from your vantage and whatnot. All right, Assassin Jurgen. So you cross this clearing pretty easily. Come to the barn door. The smell gets a little bit worse.
I mean, I'm willing to bet that this probably isn't the best craftsmanship. So like of a barn, so I kind of like try to peek between the planks to see if I can see anything inside.
Yeah, it's definitely frontier, just homesteaders out here trying to cut a living out of the wilderness. So you peek through and you can see a few stalls. You don't see any animals, though you do see either a cow or horse. You can't quite make out in the falling light, laying on its side, probably dead, maybe frozen. You can't quite tell. But you do hear this kind of grinding noise, like 2 pieces of metal together, maybe. Some kind of odd noise coming from inside the barn.
Well, I mean, I'm going to do the dumb thing and investigate it on my own.
Okay. All right. As you slip into the barn, I assume you're just going through the front door?
Oh, yeah. Just pop around.
And you can hear at this point, you can hear your comrades coming up behind you. You guys are still about 3 rounds behind. As you come around, you can see it's two-floor barn. You can see about 4 or 5 stalls and equipment pretty neatly put away. There's hay in the barn. You see this one, now it's a dead cow laying there. And there's the noise is coming from the cow, where the cow is. But you don't see, on the loft above, you don't see any ladder that would lead you up to the loft, or steps or anything that gets you into the loft. But you can clearly see where there's an opening where a ladder should go.
Is there any like broken?
You're not there, Chair.
Oh shit! I forgot shortly.
You're in the snow. You're closing on the gate even now.
I'm eating my pie.
I think at that, like, he very much like his instead of his show off Michael Scott parkourness like fucking goes away. I think he pops out and he just kind of like waves at like the rest of the group in like a manner of like, hey, come over here.
Okay. You can see them. They're still outside of the compound moving towards the gate. Now, as you guys are approaching the gate, it's open. Now, it's just some kind of rickety, fence gate. It's not some kind of fancy iron rod or anything roped together. The gate is open, which would be pretty unusual, here and there about. And as you approach, Ranger, without even a check, you can see deep indentations in the snow running. Someone ran out very recently from the house out into the snow, heading towards the road.
Oh, there's some weird tracks coming from the house. Looks like it's leading away from it. I mean, so I don't think anybody is still here, but it looks like we should go over there to the barn. It looks like he's waiting for us over there.
Yeah, I would say Lurtz was already making his way, just kind of lazily following the assassin to make sure he doesn't get his ass kicked. And I think when he gets to the barn, he just like sets Cora down behind him and
All right,
draws
hold on to
his.
that. Hold
Yeah.
on to that thought. All right, so Assassin, you turn around and you're kind of waving at your comrades there, and you can see Lurtz. He orients in your direction, you know, and starts going. The halfling is saying something, but you can't make out, you know, and it is sun dips beneath the horizon, and then you hear something move behind you. As you pivot and look, you can see somebody's come off of the side of the cow, and it's moving. It's a strange, gangly looking creature, some ragged clothes, very, very thin arms, flesh just kind of clinging to itself. Its head is mostly bald, patchy. It looks like some creature, halfling or a human, has some kind of plague about it. And it's moving a little bit deliberately over, doesn't seem to notice you. It moves deliberately over to where the hatch is, and it looks up and begins to crane its neck. So what is your immediate reaction?
Throw a dagger at it.
You just go full combat mode.
Just like he's like, what the hell? And he just like,
okay.
Like,
all right, so Lurtz, you see it halfway. Well, actually, you all see it as you're moving into the compound. Suddenly, the assassin, dagger out, hurls away. Actually, you had a dagger. You've had a dagger out this whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, throw.
Hey, I'll take that. That's a 19.
All right, the dagger sticks into the creature's side.
God, Steve.
Sticks into the creature's side pretty good. And it kind of pivots. Give me some damage on that.
Let's see here. Plus a mod. So 5 points.
5 points. All right. It pivots slowly. As your dagger sticks into it, it pivots and it looks at you for a moment and it looks down at the dagger and then it kind of reaches over and it pulls the dagger out of its side. There's no blood on it, just maybe a little bit of ichor stuck to the side of it, and it drops the dagger in the ground. And it's just looking at you. You can hear your comrades coming up behind you. What do you?
I turn and run towards my comrades, going shit.
All right, you start running. That seems to spark this creature. It starts running. All right, Lurtz, you're in the front. 2 dwarves behind you. Halfling on the top. Assassin throws dagger, pivots, runs. Are you panic stricken, or are you just like, this isn't for me?
No,
are you panic stricken?
Oh no, he's panic stricken. Oh, he's 100%. Yeah, he's 100%. Shit.
Lurtz, you're familiar with this look, I assume.
I think this gives way to like a belly laugh from Lurtz as he's like setting Cora down on the ground behind him and drawing the 2-handed sword off of his back. Yeah, he's gonna rush in. He's fucking stoked now. He's rushing in, going, "Wow!"
All right, so Lurtz drops the halfling kind of roughly. Blade comes swinging out. You start running forward. Creature's running across. Jurgen passes you. Halfling, you hit the ground. What are you doing?
I'm, getting back up and, brushing off the snow really quick that got stuck to my clothes, and I'm running out my short bow.
All right, pull the bow out. Chuck, what are you doing?
I'm going to ramble myself up here and pull out my battle axe and go to battle. As I'll just yell a battle cry and run in.
Encasing your battle axe. And Darren or Durin?
Durin,
what are you doing?
Durin watches his 3 compatriots rush towards this thing. Looks at the measly creature, looks at the 3 of them, and puts the head of his warhammer in the snow and leans on the shaft and says, "Have at it."
Okay, all right. You 3 running for it. I assume, Jurgen, you pivot to get behind your comrades, perhaps behind Durin or behind your other 3 that are charging in.
But if Jurgen runs right past him, Durin's going to stick his foot out to trip him.
He does not. Once he sees that Lurtz is well engaged, he will be behind Lurtz.
He pivots before the sudden foot tripping goes on.
Oh, yeah, very much. He's like, oh, Lurtz has its attention now. Okay, good.
This creature comes barreling forward. Lurtz, you got your blade out, ready to engage. It doesn't seem to look at you at all. It seems to be focused on Jurgen, running on its 2 spindly legs, but also a little bit on its arms, using them almost 4-legged like. And this acrid kind of stench washes over you. Give me an initiative as it tries to leap past you.
All right. Am I rolling a 20-sided die?
D10 for your initiative.
D10. Okay.
And do not add your dex to it. Initiatives are just straight up rolls.
All right. That's an 8.
All right, you got it. You can swing at this creature as it runs by.
Beautiful. Oh, buddy, you're in trouble. That's a 24 on the dice to hit.
That hits.
Beautiful. And that is 12 damage.
12 damage. How did you get to 24? I just want to know.
I use my two-handed sword, so that's I'm assuming I'm rolling to hit is a 20-sided dice.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Since we were able to give ourselves a +3 magical item, I added +3 to my two-handed sword, if that was okay.
Yep, absolutely.
So I have 9 total modifier on my sword. So I got 15 on the dice, 9 on my sword.
Excellent. All right. You cleave into this, and you can see the magic of your blade just kind of lances up and down the edge there as you carve into this creature, and you lop one of the arms completely off, just below the shoulder, cutting into its ribs a little bit. It pivots just from the sheer force of your blow. It's kind of thrown awry as it's trying to get to Jurgen. But it is going to take a swing at Jurgen. It's going to get a heavy minus just from your blow on that. And what that minus is going to be is your level, and that's 3. Is that right, Lurks?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what is your armor class, Jurgen? As you're pivoting around to avoid the dwarf, suddenly this creature
14.
is 14. It does not. It does not hit. In fact, as you lop its arm off, it slides in the snow from the blow. And as it's trying to leap, it kind of slides away from you, Lurks. You and Jurgen both, which puts it right, Chuck, right at your feet. This creature slides up, and Halfling, you're right behind that. So, Chuck, you can take a swing if you want.
Is it you said it was at my feet, correct?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Lurks kind of.
So do you have any kind of a bonus thing over top of it? Come down on it?
All right.
You think? Yeah?
Take
Okay.
Take a
Anyone else
swing.
can check roll a
All
one?
right. I'll scream, Crumb! And I'll come down. Let's see here. All right. That's going to be a 16 on the die.
All right, and I'm going to ask you the same question. How did you get to 16?
I rolled an 8 and added 8.
Why did you add 8?
Well, if you want to know,
I do.
I have a +3 bonus to hit, +2 modifier, +1 miscellaneous. I don't know what that's for. And +2
weapon specialization.
Yeah, and then I have a +2. Thank you, Robert. And then a +2 for magic because I have a +2 battle axe and a +1 Mel Halbert. My armor class is now 18.
All right, good deal. Okay, and, all right. So you cleave into it. Your axe buries into its backside there. What kind of damage did you do?
Let's see. Looks like it's a battle axe. It's 12 points is all, really.
All right. You crush its rib cage, and as you hit it, even as Lurch hockey pucked it towards you, you crush its rib cage and bury it in the snow a little bit, and it ceases to move. So Halfling, even as you get there, the creature seems to be dead.
Oh,
From behind you
thank,
here.
Thank goodness.
And I'll just look at the creature and kind of kick it off my boot and walk over there and take another swig out of the cleric's flagon, realizing it's empty. And then I'll wander back over to you and have it to you and say, "My bad. This is yours, I think. It's empty." And then I'll wander back over in the corner and start digging through my pack for my other small flagon of mead.
All right, about that point, Durin, you hear this kind of clacking noise over to your right coming from the house.
I get the feeling we're not done here. Something's knocking around over there.
Well, are you going to do something about it, or just stand there and all judgmental like?
Oh no! See, you're doing a fine job of finding all the things that we need killing. Figured I'd let you continue.
Okay.
You're not really a cleric, are you?
as you pivot to look at the door, as you're saying this, you can see it opens. The door handle, it's a latch, actually is kind of going up and down a little bit. And after 4 or 5 turns, it opens quietly. Lurch, even as that door opens, it's Durin is saying that. And Halfling, I'm not sure which way you're oriented, but Lurtz, I assume that you still kind of got the 1,000-mile stare going. Looking towards the barn, you see another one of these creatures come slowly out of the barn, like almost
hell.
inquisitively, looking at you all. And Ranger, what are you doing when the clacking, when the dwarf says something about the clacking behind you? Looking in that direction, or are you looking forward? What are you doing?
I was actually still looking at the dead creature on the ground, and I'm would I have been able to hear the one that was coming out of the barn if I was looking kind of like facing that direction?
Oh, you see it, absolutely, you see it.
Okay, all right, then I still have my bow and my arrow knot, and I want to try to shoot this thing in the forehead.
All right,
Straight
take a shot.
Straight in the forehead.
You bend your
Straight in
bow.
the forehead.
Even as you cognate that something's coming out of this barn, you can hear the halfling take a shot.
All right. Oh, that is a mathing. Hold on.
It's all terrible.
25.
That's pretty good. And again, same question. How are you arriving at that?
Yeah. So I have I put the +3 the magic to my short bow. I had the +2 bonus to hit, the +3 mod, so it gave it a +8, and I rolled a 17 on the die.
Perfect. All right, your arrow thumps into the creature's chest. Give me some damage on that. Is it a teeth arrow?
That is. Sorry.
Is it a regular arrow?
Yeah. That is 5 points.
All right, that arrow embeds it as soon as that arrow sticks into that creature's chest. It pivots on you and starts. Suddenly, it's like it cognates you're in front of it and starts running. And it's got this kind of odd moan to it as it's running across the snow. Lurtz, you notice movement in the upper part of the barn as this is going on in front of you. You can see into the loft. All right, to figure out what you're going to do real quick, but then I'm going to ask you, Jurgen, what are you doing with the door opening to you behind you?
I think that he's going to see what is the door opening out or is it opening in?
In.
Okay. I think that he would, like, as quick as he could, dash over, hopefully avoiding being seen, and like wait like next to the doorway for whatever it is to come out, and hold his action so he can try and stab it in the back or something like that when it comes out.
All right, so you're running across the clearing, trying to get to the door. Durin, what are you doing? You gonna let Jurgen handle this?
Oh, yeah. Wait, Doran is taking a wait and see approach.
Okay. All this activity going on around you, you're just leaning on your axe. Excellent. All right, Chuck.
You are doing the equivalent of the old men pulling up lawn chairs to watch the dude across his house paint.
Yeah,
Like-
Barabbas will just pull up a chair next to him and have a sip and just watch.
All right, so the dwarves are doing nothing to aid the party there.
We're shaking
All
our heads
right,
probably a
so
little bit.
simultaneously. Oh, so Lurtz, what have you decided to do? You see movement in the upper barn, but you also see this one coming in.
Lurtz is a very linear thinker, very one-track mind. Whatever is the closest thing, he is just attempting to cut down. So he's just going from enemy to enemy, cutting down.
Perfect. All right, so you charge the one coming at you.
Mhm.
All right, so Ranger, roll initiative. Lurtz, roll initiative. I assume, Ranger, you're taking another shot.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a 10 for me.
Well, maybe we should fight.
Let's see.
Halfling, would you get initiative?
Sorry, 1 second. That is a 10.
All right, so you shoot your arrow. Lurtz runs, in front of your line of sight after you get it off. It's a good thing you rolled a 10, or you might have shot Lurtz in the back. But,
Oh gosh.
these things happen. All right, so Lurtz, go ahead and swing, and the halfling, what'd you get to hit?
I got another 25.
You got it. All right, give me some damage. And you said 5 last round, right?
Yes. 6 max damage.
Damn. All right, Lurtz, what do I got?
It's a 22, and this time, it's a hit. My damage is only 7 this time.
All right, you cleave into the creature. It pivots on you with an absolute fury. What is your armor class?
A 15.
the second. I've rolled 2 20s and both rolled 1s. So,
Troza!
yeah, it's doing well over here. All right, so it slips in the snow. Arrow strikes it. You carve into the creature. It slips into the snow, kind of slams against your knees there. To no appreciable effect as it's trying to keep its footing in the snow. All right, Jurgen, you're in. You get up against the wall, and this a similar creature steps out. It's moving very slowly, deliberately. You can just tell in its demeanor. There's not a whole lot of intelligence here. It's really kind of primeval. As it steps out and it's looking around. Do you have a hide in shadows or anything like that?
I have. Let's see. I have hide, sneak attack, move silently, death attack, and yeah, those are.
You just can't open locks.
Give me a hide check to see if you manage to blend with the wall and the failing light and all of that.
That is a natural 1. So no, I don't. No, I don't at all.
It steps out, and you realize much too late that you were partially standing in front of the doorway. So it kind of bumps into you a little bit as you're standing there, and pivots on you with an absolute fury. Give me an initiative.
Meanwhile, next to Barabbas, you hear,
Hey, let's see. That's a 9 on the die.
All right, you're going.
I'll look over at you, and I guess we'll
swing or
do that.
run.
I'm poised to attack, so I'm just gonna with my daggers, just try and bury him in that freaking collarbone.
Sounds good. Swing. Yeah, that's right, Dracarius.
You know what? The dice
Best
giveth, the dice taketh away, and then the dice giveth. So that is gonna be a 21.
Nice. And same question. How did you get there?
I rolled a 19 on the die, and then I have my daggers are +2 for my modifiers. The total of them was +2. I have +1 mod, and then my BTH is +1.
Perfect. All right, give me some damage.
They're daggers. 2 points. We're doing great.
You stick the creature. It drives in this time. All right, I want to do a little point of clarification, and this is where it's going to suck to be the assassin. So you don't have a bunch of +2 daggers. You have 1 +2 dagger.
Outstanding. I have 1 +2 dagger. Outstanding.
And you can have a +1 and a +2, so you're going to have two such magical daggers because you can go up to +3 with your bonus, or you can do 3.
Yeah, he's just got the 1. We're ignoring the fact that my character sheet plainly states that I have a broadsword on my back, and we're just sticking with the daggers at this point.
There you go. All right. All right, so you stick the creature. So now so if you stuck it with that magic dagger, you're going to do +2 for your damage, so 4 damage total.
4 damage total, yeah.
All right, you stick the creature.
No one ever said that he was good at this job, okay? No one ever once claimed that.
What is your armor class?
I am a 14 armor class.
He slashes you once with his claw there. And Chuck, I gave you the wrong picture for what I'm using here. I
gathered. So we have an extra one. We have an extra monster now, so that's good.
Yeah, there you go. It was the other one. All right, good enough. It doesn't matter. Take 3 points of damage for that as it claws you down your cheek and into your neck somewhat. And give me a. It's going to be
Poor Kurt. No, never.
Saving throw.
What are we throwing?
Give me a con save.
Okay.
Oh my! Let's listen in, folks.
Is this against disease or poison and all that stuff, right?
It is against this creature's magical ability.
Oh, great. So that is a 13.
All right. So is it a prime or a secondary?
Secondary.
Secondary. All right. As it scratches your cheek and neck, you can feel this. You can feel your skin around your neck begin to kind of stiffen somewhat. You're having a little bit of trouble moving, and it's rapidly spreading into your shoulder, into your upper chest area. Good Lord. All right. So, Durin, what are you doing?
Hold that thought for one moment.
Right.
Hold that thought for 1 second.
I guess it's time. All Father, from your rest in the dreaming sea, send these creatures back to the rest that has been denied them. With that, I'm going to try to turn undead.
All right, so now you've got undead on either side of you, and I don't think it's. And you got to look at the undead and scatter it. So you can't just scatter them all in the vicinity.
Well, I guess we should save the lanky one.
Jurgen, I assume.
Yeah. So that's a wisdom check.
Yes. So you're trying to turn undead. I assume that's what's going on.
Yes.
Um,
That is. Hold on a second. What level? My 4. I think I'm fifth level. So that is a 22 total.
All right. So you shout upon the power of your god, and it terrifies this creature. It pivots and runs back into the house. Chuck, you wanted to stop play for a moment. What was
just for
going on?
1 second, I want to remind the players as well as everybody else that along with the donations for the stream, you will earn every time we hit another $100. That's a hero point that we can give out to somebody, and if you the person that pushes it over, you get to decide. We're currently sitting at Chuck has 1 hero point, Kurt has 2, Coco has 1, Darlin has 2, and Phantom has 1. And those are basically points that you can add to your rolls if you so desire. That was it. That's my spiel. Oh, also, everybody that's new that's coming in, we are doing a giveaway over here during the stream. So just give us a follow over here at twitch.tv/TrollerGames. Give us a follow. Exclamation point raffle will get you in the drawing for some PDF codes we're giving away during this mega stream. Bottle caps only when we're playing Fallout. All right, back to you.
All right. So okay. So we got the 1 over with Jurgen and the Ranger. Oh, Chuck, I didn't ask you what are you doing that round?
Oh, I'm going to side with same thing the dwarf's doing. I'm going to charge on into battle.
Which one? You're going to help Jurgen or Lurtz and the Ranger?
They're both got. There's 2 creatures on the same creatures, correct? Unless you introduce something. The picture's
already
still
scattered. Jurgen is over by the house. Lurtz and the Ranger are over by the barn.
right.
And the one that the 2 are fighting is on the ground. It's been hit several times.
Yeah, I'm going after. I'm gonna back up Lurtz because he's not afraid of battle. So.
Okay. As Jurgen dies in the doorway, you go.
Now listen here. I was the one who picked the fight. I'm not afraid of battle. I'm just not good at it.
Oh, so is he with the 2 that's got the one that's down?
So,
that's where I'm confused.
But at the moment, as the cleric is turning, that
Sure.
hasn't happened yet because
Right.
you're still acting, right?
Right.
So Jurgen is being hard pressed in the doorway of the house by himself.
Oh, I'll help
And
him then.
Lurtz-
Okay.
Yeah, Lurtz is standing over the other one that's on the ground with 2 arrows stuck into it.
Oh, I had them mixed up.
And it's,
Well, they look a lot
that one
alike.
was-
They look a lot alike. I got mistake. So I'm going to go help out Jurgen, of course. I'll go save him.
All right, so you pivot, run in that direction. Even as you get there, you see the creature kind of it screams in pain, folds up on itself a little bit, and runs back and into the house. All right, back to Lurtz and
Wow.
the halfling. Give me an initiative. This creature is pivoting on you, Lurtz, trying to attack. It has failed to do so far.
That's a 6 for me.
All right, halfling.
That's a 10. 10
All
for
right.
me.
Take your shot. You got a clear shot. If you roll, now listen, if you roll a 1, you're going to do a critical fumble. If you roll a 2 or a 3, I'm going to have you roll again to see if you hit Lurtz because he is standing over this creature. You know, combats are very fluid. Everyone's moving left and right. So just don't roll below a 4.
Okay, I'm going to make sure my dice did not hear you when you tried to put a 1 on my dice. Okay, that is going to be a 23.
Ooh,
You hit.
nice.
Your arrow sticks into the creature's side. Give me some damage.
5 points.
Your arrows are on fire. All right, it pivots,
Stay true.
swinging at Lurtz. And your armor class was?
15.
It doesn't matter. All right, it's just raking at you. What kind of armor did you have on? Chainmail?
Yeah, chainmail.
It's just raking at the mail, trying to pull it off of you at this point. Disoriented from the 3 arrows that are stuck into it and the huge wound that you carved into it. Take another swing.
All right, that is going to be a 26 to hit.
You hit.
And ooh, yes, we love that. That's 15 points of damage.
It dies at your feet. It ceases to move. It makes no noise. It doesn't bleed out. You cleave into it, and then it just the corpse-like body goes stiff at your feet. Chuck, you and Jurgen are at the doorway. You can see Jurgen kind of fall over to the side as you lose use of your left arm. Chest begin to slump over into the snow.
3 darts is just too much.
Clearly, Chuck, Jurgen is dead. You should just give him the coup de grace.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said for carrying diseases. He may get one anyway, but I guess I'm gonna rush in on this thing and try to get rid of it so we can deal with him.
You rush into the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help him.
As you rush into the room, you can see the creature is so terrified that it is clawing its way out of the back window. But even as you go into the room is a complete catastrophe. There's furniture all over the place, flipped over, broken. There's blood everywhere. You can see one corpse laying on the ground, partial corpse, all wrapped up in what looks to be like maybe just rags from a bed or bedding or something, or even some clothing. One that's partially wrapped up, and it's a man's body. Scars all over it, whatnot, with rope tied around its feet, and the rope is kind of pooled at its feet. But that creature's just clawing its way out of the door. You might be able to get to it before it breaks out the window. Or do you stop to investigate this carnage in front of you?
What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to take out the beast.
All right, so you leap over the body. I'm going to give you one swing before he breaks out the window.
Okay, that's fine.
So
I do get 3 attacks around, but that's fine. I'll take the one. All right. Well. Yeah. All right, I've got a 15.
All right, you hit it.
Oh,
you hit it.
God.
You
I didn't think I
chop
hit
into
it.
the creature's leg as it's crawling out.
It's going to be, where is my pluses? Oh, it's going to be 9 points of damage.
All right, you lop that leg off just beneath the calf, and as it does, it's almost like hitting paper as you carve into it. Creature falls out of the broken open window at that point, hits the ground outside, leg lands on the inside. You can try to crawl out after it if you want, shout for your comrades or whatever. So beginning next round, Chuck, what are you going to do?
I'm going to tend to Jurgen.
You're going to pivot back and go help your comrade, let that creature just...
Yeah, he's not going anywhere far, I don't think, with a leg chopped off of it.
All right. Jurgen, Jurgen, you're slowly becoming paralyzed. About this point, you can breathe a little bit. Short, raspy breaths laying there in the snow. Durin, you see your comrade.
Yeah, so making sure he gives the creature a wide berth so it doesn't break the effect of the turn. He makes his way over to Jurgen to see what's what.
Well, now I was going to say I was going to go over and just pick him up and carry him out there and just dump him at your feet, Claire. You wouldn't have to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to make you.
As you come walking out, he comes walking up, and you both get to Jurgen. You know, you're there a little bit.
I didn't want him to soil his boots over this guy, but that's fine.
Go take care of that thing. I can't go near it, otherwise it'll break the effect.
Crom wills it, and I'll run off after the creature.
Okay. All right, so back to Lurch and the halfling. So the creature's dead at your feet. Lurch, vaguely in the back of your cloudy memory, you do remember seeing something up in the loft.
Yeah, Lurch is gonna start going after his next victim for sure.
All right, enter the barn.
Yep.
All right, as described before, you can see 5 or 6 stalls in here. This dead cow. You can see the cow was killed very recently. A little bit of blood around it, but something has been gnawing at the side of its head. Looking around. Halfling, are you going with Lurch?
Yes, before I do that, I'm going to walk up to the creature and I'm going to basically I'm glad my arrows helped, but I'll be taking these back now. And I pull my arrows out.
Excellent. All right, so you're plucking the arrows out. As she's doing that, Lurch, you realize you can see the loft opening, but there's no ladder to take you up to the loft.
How tall is it?
8 feet. Well, probably about 12 feet, give or take.
Okay. And there's no way that I can get up there.
Not easily. I mean, you can not really. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not very dexterous at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No, but you could probably tear it down to your level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any support beams for this?
There's certainly many a beam. You might be able to, with a few successful climb checks. What's your character's strength?
I mean, what if I take my Morning Star and just smash that beam to bits?
You could try to collapse part of the loft. Absolutely.
I'd love to do that. That's exactly where Lurtz's brain would go. He ain't climbing shit. You're coming to me, bud.
All right. So do you sheathe your blade or just stick it into the snow here or the ground here? What do you-
Yeah, I just kind of stick my blade into the ground and pull my Morning Star out and give it a good thwack.
All right, that's great visuals there. All right, Halfling, you've pulled the third arrow out. You hear this loud thump come from inside the barn. A quick look, and you can see Lurch is fixing to try to collapse the roof or something. Which he's up to. You do not know.
Well, Lurch, are you? What are you doing? Are you trying to bring the whole barn down around you?
There's more in here. I'm gonna get him out.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Okay. It sounds like you've got it.
You just hear like grunting sounds followed by like the thumping of a Morning Star against wood.
I'll stay out here in case any try to escape.
Good idea.
So you start wet. What's your character's strength?
It's a 17.
You start wailing away at this post to knock one of the support beams out. Now, meanwhile, Chuck, you come running around the side of the building, looking for your de-legged victim there, or one-legged victim. When you get around the side, you can see it's crossed the compound and is much as the assassin did before. It's kind of rolling over the wall there as it does so. But it doesn't seem to be slowed necessarily by the grievous wound that you caused it. You charge it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of that problem. He doesn't think I did a good job. We'll see.
So there's no way you can get to it before it drops over the wall unless you throw your axe.
Oh, I love my axe, but I'm throwing it.
You throw it. We get a minus on there just to be clear.
Right on. What would you like,
throw
sir?
away.
What kind of minus do I get?
4.
God bless it. All right.
It's not a throwing axe. It's a battle
No, it's
axe.
not. But if I pull this off, I'll look badass to nobody.
Yes, you will.
But the creature, I guess, because everybody else can't see me, right? Can I take a round and yell at everybody? Hey, everybody, come look at this. Yeah. No. Right.
Well, you can shout that, but
all right. So I got +8 makes it an 18. -4 makes it a 14. 14.
All right, it hits the adobe wall, sticks into the
Damn
wall.
it, I knew it.
But you don't quite get to it, and I assume you're still running in that direction.
Yeah, I'll go get my axe back anyways.
Yeah, to engage it. All right, so Duran, assassin, is clearly paralyzed, looking up at you through frightful eyes.
So I guess the question is, is it just pure paralysis, or do I have reason to think it's a curse or disease or that's causing this, or?
What are you, 3rd level cleric? What do you think?
I think we're fit. We're supposed to be. Oh, cast.
The cleric's 5th level because he's
5th level. That is true. That is true. I'll give you a. So in normal context, you would learn all of this stuff on the campaign trail. But since you've been on the campaign trail for a while, this is how I run when I run games. You don't know any of that stuff until you learn it. So there's no check to determine.
I go through half my available spells, just trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with this.
Right. But you're 5th level, so you've been on the trail for a while. You have seen undead paralyze, and you're relatively certain that with there's no blood loss on these creatures, that they're probably creatures from the undead sphere. So good chance this is not disease, and it might be a curse, but probably paralyzation, usually caused by a kind of a response in the victim to the fear of death and all of that. So it's that.
Yeah. So he takes a knee next to Jurgen, puts his hand on the paralyzed area, squeezes it, and says to him, "Let me know when this hurts." And casts remove paralysis with his fingers dug into the paralyzed area.
Within a few segments, a couple of seconds, you immediately start feeling pain as the dwarf keeps.
Okay, good. The All-Father seems to be amused by you. Not well. Okay, I guess I kind of understand why.
I do like Bilbo's comment in the stream here. Beat it with dwarven fists. there you go. Remove the paralysis. All right. Okay, so Halfling, you come out. Jurgen, you know, movement's coming back. Halfling, you fall back. You can see the dwarf healing or doing something around Jurgen. You don't see the other dwarf. And Lurch is still pounding away. Are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to kind of watch and wait?
I'll go over there to where Durin and Jurgen are, and I'll kind of like, you know, like crouch down to the ground and just look at Jurgen and be like, does it hurt? What does it feel like? Like, is it like bad pain? Like, tell me, like, just tell me whenever you start feeling better.
And that's the response that you get. All right, you get to the wall, and even as you're kind of pulling your axe out of the wall, you can see this creature moving at a decent pace, you know, 30 feet, 40 feet around, whatever. And it's not slowed at all by its leg lopped off. It's running at this weird gait using its legs and its other leg, or its arms and its leg, and its stump occasionally hitting the ground. But it evidences no pain from the wound.
So it's how fast is it moving? You would say per round,
about 30 feet around, give or take.
God bless it. Okay, all right. I mean,
you could throw your axe at it again. Probably get a -6.
You've already tricked me already with that. Let's
you
see.
You could throw it and stick it and not kill it and lose your axe. That would be cool.
That would be very cool, wouldn't it? Because it's a magical axe. How far away am I from the party at this point? Feet-wise, you'd say.
50, 60 feet from Jurgen and the other dwarf.
And they're out of sight, of course, right? Because I'm over here behind the barn.
You can't see any of them. All you hear is this loud thumping noise. Boom, boom. And that you have no idea.
Which direction? Which direction is it coming from?
From behind you, from where your comrades are.
All right. You know what? If it's moving that fast, nah, he don't care. He's going back to the group.
He don't care. I like how you roll the dice to decide your mood there at work.
Trying to decide whether or not he needs to go save some villagers or not. You know what? I'm with the group. They make sure I get fed and drink. So, you know.
Oh, there you go. All right, so you move back around. Okay, so you've hit this, Lurch, you've hit this beam a good 10, 15 times, and it's definitely taking some damage, but it's going to take, I mean, it's thick. It's a good 8x8 post there, fresh cut, so it's still a little bit moist. It's not going to give in. It's not going to give up the ghost easily. And, of course, it's one solid, beam. It's not like crap we get from Home Depot now. So
yeah, no. This is like old barns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old world craftsmanship.
I think you just hear coming from the barn like, come on, give it to me.
Yeah, when I'm coming walking around the building, I'm really curious as to what's going on. I don't know if I've walked into some sort of Baldur's Gate 3 episode or what's happening, but
Well, you get to the barn and you can see Lurch clearly, and it's cracked the beam at this point. Clearly, and you can see there's a problem. If this beam goes, there's a good chance that the center part of the barn is going to go down on top of Lurch. So there's a bigger issue that you discerned that perhaps he has not.
I will verbally inform him of what he's about to do. And I'm going to point. I'm going to use some pictures too. I'm going to draw a little bit, like stick figures.
You brought crayons?
I mean, whatever I got, I got to do something to get through to you, Lurch. No, I will try to warn him and say, hey, that's not a really good idea.
Yeah, snacks.
Actually, that's wrong, Stephen. What's my... he will tell.
All right, do what?
Yeah, he will say something then.
Okay. Jurgen, you're up and moving around, and you all, Halfling and Durham, you can hear the noise coming from the barn. And do you stop Lurch when the dwarf
No, I feel like Lurch is like really persistent in this now. Like he just like glares back at Barbas, and he's I gotta get him. He's up there. I know he's up there.
Good on
and
you.
He just like goes back to swinging at this beam.
I'm gonna back away from the whole building, and I'm gonna take out my flagon, and I'm gonna have a drink.
the dwarf is always in his bottle anyways. Who knows if he's telling the truth or
Oh,
not?
yes.
So-
Yeah. Paint a picture. Yeah. Right. All right.
Right. All right. So the rest of you get up and around. You'll hear a resounding crack. Lurch, you know you've made it through. You don't have too much more to break the bottom part of this beam off. Is anyone going to stop him, or are we going to roll this through?
You know, we've learned by this point that if he does lay into something, it's just best let him finish.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, Cora's gonna go sit at like not like directly at the opening, but a little bit behind to where she can like see him still whacking and just sit there on the ground and just watch and just wait.
Someone makes
All
some
right.
popcorn quick.
Yep.
As your
Get my
audience
food.
gathers, your Morningstar, I think you said your Morningstar smashes through this beam. It cracks. The beam above, the upper part of this beam hangs for a moment, and then you can hear the center part of the barn just groan something ferociously, and then begin to clatter down. Now you're a half orc. You were raised in cleaver pits and whatnot, so life's not been easy. You always have a kind of an instinctive primeval movement around you. So I'm going to give you a dexterity check as this part of it's not the whole roof. The whole thing doesn't cave in, obviously, but the center part begins to give way. So I'm going to give you a dexterity check. We're going to give it a CL. We'll ask the audience. Whoever says it first. What should the CL be? Between 1 and 7. Not you. Someone out here
I'm
with
viewing.
three.
I'm watching the stream. Right, fine.
Oh, did someone say 1?
No one
Did
said.
someone say 1?
No one said a word yet. 200.
No one said anything.
232
All right, Chuck,
people.
roll
No
me.
one said anything yet. What's that?
CL7. Kuvenet's giving it a CL7.
There you
So
go.
is your dexterity a prime or a secondary?
It's a secondary.
Oh God.
So there's no way. If you roll a natural 12, yeah, maybe, no. So you're going to need a 25 to avoid part of this roof.
Oh my God! Don't
hitting
forget
you
your hero point in case you roll high.
in the shoulder.
I can't even make that
Oh,
if
you
I
can't?
tried. I have a 10 dex, so I
Jesus.
have a +0 mod, and my level is 3.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would have to crit and give both of my hero
this-
points up. That's a one in a million.
So I don't normally allow in my home game a natural 20 to automatically hit. I know a lot of people do, and I think we talk about it in season.
We do.
But in this case, if you roll a natural 20, you avoid the bait.
Oh, nice.
All right, I will try.
You
Here we
can
go.
do it. You can do it.
No, I rolled a 5.
Yeah, all of it was pointless. You moved just too slow. Part of this barn, the center part of this barn's loft, kind of gives way. Beams are falling all around you. You move a little bit out of the way. You take 6 points of damage as one hits you in the side of the head and down into your shoulder, scraping your arm and thumps you in the knee pretty good. But after this, after all of that, the whole center part has caved in, achieving your goal. As you're standing in there in the ruin of this barn, you can easily climb up into the loft if you are so inclined.
Look, guys, I did it.
Question. You said the beam hit Lurtz in the head. Does it actually do damage?
Yeah, probably not.
He probably doesn't notice.
You can see clearer now.
Better vision. I'm healed. Oh God.
So this is you get experience points for the creative construction of a ladder that you have successfully manufactured a ladder. All right,
It's
so
very
what's-
creative.
Manufactured a
your next
ladder.
I think in the rubble you just hear I'm gonna get you, and you just see the rustling of boards as he's making his way out into the loft.
Should we help him?
Lurch,
He's got it. He's good.
Lurch, you get up into the attic. Nobody into the loft. Nobody is coming to help you. Pivot around. You can see a bunch of hay up here. It's mostly hay. A couple of tools here and there, a pitchfork, what have you. But you see kind of hidden over in the corner this very small figure wrapped up in a cloak, smaller than what you've been fighting, though it could easily be something else, and just kind of tucked into the corner of one of the hay bales in the loft there.
I'm going to scruff it. I'm gonna scruff it and pick it up and kind of hold it eye level.
As soon as you pick it up, it lets out a caterwauling scream, and you can see it drops a doll at your feet, and it's a little girl as she pivots around. not at you, not fighting, but just kind of in this instinctive desire to get away. Obviously, you've got her by the hair and her cloak,
Yeah.
but she's just trying to get away from you, something fierce.
Is it a human?
It's a human.
What are you doing up here?
This child is probably 7, maybe 8 years old, and terrified beyond beyond imagination. She's just screaming, and then she starts to hyperventilate just a little bit. And you guys all hear this from above. You can hear the screaming. You can hear her say, "What are you doing here?" Or whatever she said.
I think he very quickly is going, no, don't do that, don't do that. And he pulls out of his pack, holding her. He's like rustling around in his pack, and he pulls a whistle out. Because I do have a whistle in my possessions.
Nice.
And he's like, oh, and he blows it. Oh, and he blows it again and like starts to hand it to her. So right now,
the second blow on your whistle, she calms almost immediately, and she's staring at you with this kind of wide-eyed look, a little bit confused. And when you offer her the whistle, she very slowly takes the whistle and blows it back at you.
There we go. How'd you get here?
And so all of you downstairs, you can hear this, but you can't see anything from your vantage. And now you can hear the half-orc talking.
I'm not sure I want to go up there. I don't think I want to know what's going on.
From collapsing roofs to whistles, it's
God.
strange.
I'm not sure what's happening here. Who wrote this adventure?
Yeah. All right. So you said you asked her something.
I asked her how she got up there, or what is she doing here, basically.
She squeaks in this very tiny, you know how when children get very scared, I mean, her voice it's just barely there. She can barely kind of articulate what she's saying. But she says, I ran from Embricius. I ran from Embricius, which Embricius is the goddess of pain. And in the world of air, there's evil gods and there's good gods, and then there's Embricius, and she transcends evil into some other zone of something. So it's like the worst of all the nightmares. Even to say the name Embricius is pretty rare, and this would tell you, even Lurch would know, and the child really is very young to not know. Because saying the name could bring the attention of the goddess, and unlike most gods, she likes to torment the very weak and the very strong. So
Okay.
Is there a puzzle box around by chance?
I know, right? Oh, God.
Just curious. Is there a puzzle box around anywhere?
Oh, that's not good, is it? Well, where are your parents?
She looks over her shoulder towards the house, out the loft door from where you saw her move in the first place. And she says, they're hiding in the house. They're hiding in the house.
All right. Well, get on my shoulders. We'll go get them. And he kind of lifts her up to his shoulders and makes his way down to the party.
Yeah, you're doing all of that for her. She really is still kind of frozen with fright as you put her on the shoulder. And then, so, Lurch is up there for 5, 6, 7 rounds, something like that, and then clambers down with this small human child.
I think he grabs her like dolly that she dropped too before he does that, and kind of hands it back up to her.
She grabs that immediately and kind of clutches.
Wow. I never would
come out with the human child. He turns to Cora and says, I think you've lost your ride.
Oh, it's okay. I think she needs to be up there more than I do right now. Poor thing.
Lurch brought down a barn and emerged with a child. That's not how the loot system works. What is this? I don't want responsibility. I want coin.
If someone would have told me that I was going to play in a game with Steve this week where the half-orc, played by Darlin, is carrying around a small child on her back, I would have bet him probably $50 that would never happen. I lost too. This is awesome. Anyway, Steve, just real quick, I don't know what you got planned, but I told them earlier we would probably take a break about 10 minutes from now, midpoint.
Actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. Lurch comes down. She's got the child on her shoulders, and we'll pick it up. You guys got to decide your next move. Obviously, you got this youngster here to take care of. But yeah, let's take a break.
Cool.
Okay, all right then. All right, we're going to go take a break real quick, and we'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for donating and just viewing and hanging out with us. We're just here for a good cause, and that's about what's going on. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, right, Steve?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right. Let me find my magical video stuff.
Your magical video stuff.
Yeah. How many folders?
My office has turned into a furnace.
Is it really?
It is so hot in here. I swear.
Hey, I got an important tip for you on that.
Oh, so I fixed up my windows.
That'll learn you.
Yeah. There you go. All right, I'll be back.
All right, guys. Yeah, let me find this. Where is it at? Where's the video I need? Here it is. Hope everybody's having fun too. This has been a good game so far. I swear, darling, every time you play, it's wild. I swear. I love your games. It's a lot of fun.
Like that fun.
I mean, Oh, yeah, let me check and see here. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but actually, Agile Monk, he donated $100. Thank you so much, Agile. I'll tell everyone this when they get back. John, who do you want that to be for the group? Currently, as it is right now, we are setting at, let me see here. This is the count for hero points right now. I don't think anybody's used any yet. So it's right there. So any one of those people, you can give them an extra hero point for what you donated. Just whoever you like, and I'll drop it in the queue. And let me see here. Oh, there it is. I could not find my stupid BRB thing. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I've already got 3, though. Feel free to spread it out to someone else. I've not used any of mine yet. Oh, wait. Bro, that's a wrong game. We all have 1 each, I think. Yeah. In fact, thank you, John. I'll take that one, actually. There we are. Thank you very much. That'll put me at 2 then. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to run off too. We'll be right back in just a minute. I'm going to get us started on a couple things here to watch, and then I'll be right back.
Trollord Games. Join the fray.
There we go. That's better, right? You can hear me now? You can hear this? Yeah, it's better. Sorry. We were talking clandestine stuff, so I had to be protected, you know. There you go. All right. Anyway, what I was going to say was while we were on break, Agile Monk donated $100 and donated a hero point to me. I appreciate that so much. We do. Currently, we are sitting at, for a total for the whole thing, it's $6,300. $6,300. That
Very
is
cool, very
amazing.
cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for backing. Thank you, Agile Monk.
Yep. All right. Back to the story, Stephen. Tell us how we're going to die.
All right, so Lurch, you come walking out of the barn with this child on your back, clutching her doll, informing your comrades that this is what you destroy the barn for, I suppose. So what y'all? It's dark at this point. The sun is set beneath the horizon. You got to figure out what to do with this child, and then what you're going to do next.
I would recommend we go into the home and start a fire and get warm and not catch pneumonia. We obviously have enough lumber to burn.
Oh yeah, no shortage of that.
Yeah, I like. Go ahead. Go.
Oh, I was Cora's like, yeah, he sounds very nervous. I guess because he realized he's very, quickly to die out here. He doesn't want to get hypothermia.
Jurgen, you did take a nap in the snow just a few minutes ago.
She's not wrong.
I did not take a nap, good sir. I remained rigid for 4 to 6 hours and consulted my cleric.
So, what's the plan? Retreat to the house?
Humans.
Yeah, Lurtz is just going that way.
All right.
Regardless of if anyone follows. He's taking the child back to her parents.
Okay, you enter the house. All of you find the same carnage that Barabbas, is that his name, did a few minutes ago. This half wrapped up body in the center of it, just debris all over the place. It's just a mess. There is no fire burning in the fireplace, but you probably got a half a rig of wood stacked next to it. Some of it scattered across the floor. But in the middle of the room is this body that's kind of wrapped up half in blankets, shredded blankets, clothing, what have
you. What's the reaction to the child on his shoulders right now?
She's looking down, and she's already kind of, obviously she hasn't recovered from whatever, nightmare she's been through, but she stiffens up a little bit, and you can hear her say quietly, Papa. She says that very quietly, not really to you, just in general. And then you can hear her say a prayer to Tefnut. Now, Tefnut is the god of moving water, and she is an extraordinarily interactive god. So a lot of people who dwell in the hinterlands turn to Tefnut in any kind of time of need and whatnot. And when she utters this small prayer, clearly taught to her at some point, you can feel that she relaxes a little bit. Not obviously this is terrible, but the gods are not far from her.
Is there like a bed in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna take her off of his shoulders and set her down very gently onto the bed, and say something along the lines of, "You stay here." And then he's gonna start clearing this house of the bodies and like moving them outside. to make more room for the party, but also he might be dumb, but he knows what it is to lose someone or something that you love, and so he's kind of getting that out of sight.
Got it. All right. Yeah, you drag the bodies out, the one body out, clean it up, and the rest of you guys, are y'all just watching, or you're gonna
Well, I get a fire started. I
Okay.
mean, I do. I get the fire started, and then probably once I see Lurtz, set her down and start, taking the bodies out or whatnot. I think I sit down next to the kid and be like, "Dead parents, been there myself."
No.
you can empathize with your own.
What better way to live the rest of your life than taking the parents away from others that you are so wrongfully denied?
So began her track to evil.
Once the fire is built, Durin goes and grabs, finds enough wood around to create a sort of pyre, stacks the bodies, gets a stick, takes the fire from the fire pit, and brings it over and burns the bodies.
Okay, excellent. All right, puts torch to the fallen homesteader. Chuck, you just settling in. What are you doing?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to settle in and drink my drink
All
and
right.
wonder how the hell I got here.
All right, halfling.
After hearing what Jurgen said to the little girl, she is going to immediately run over to the bed and try and like hop up there, like needing a little bit of help. But she kind of like gets up there, like tries the first time, and then tries again for the second time, and is able to like climb her way up there. She sits next to the little girl and she's like, "Hey, I'm Cora. It's nice to meet you. Don't listen to what this dummy says. He could even surprise that monster out there, so he doesn't really know anything.
I know about dead parents.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He's a little disturbed up here, if you know what I mean. I don't think we got your name. What's your name?"
She says, "My name is Alyssa," and she actually scoots closer to you, trying to get her away from the guy who keeps shouting, "Dead parents!"
She like puts her arm around her to kind of like also like shield her away from him. And she's trying to like keep her talking, get her comfortable. And she asks her, she's like, "Oh, well, that's a very cute doll you have. Like, does she have a name?"
She says its name is Poe.
"Oh, that's a lovely name. So I'm so sorry again that you're here by yourself. Do you happen to know like what happened here? Like, where did they come from?"
She mumbles for a little bit. You see her kind of searching through her mind, and she tells you that at first I was sleeping. I was just curled up in my bed, and she kind of gestures across the room where you can see a smaller bed. Now, when the fire went out and it became very, very cold, that woke me up. And then my papa opened the door and something leaped upon me. My mother ran out the door trying to help, but I don't know where she went.
Oh,
And it was chaos. I just ran at that point.
Oh, well, you're very smart for doing that. You went and hid from those bad things. You're a very smart little girl. And again, I'm so sorry that this happened to your mommy and your daddy. But we'll take care of you. We'll make sure that you're nice and warm and fed, and we'll take you to where you can have a whole bunch of friends. Is that okay with you?
She nods.
Okay.
Still a little
And
bit shocked, obviously.
so she's like, also like puts her hand up there and like is like patting her hair and like calming her down. Also trying to get her like maybe like fall asleep.
You do after a little bit. She's clearly exhausted, and her rescue, though wonderful, was shocked. Dramatic. So.
So after she falls asleep, she'll like lay her down on the bed, and then is there like a blanket on there,
Yeah,
or is it like...
it's scattered all over it. But yeah, there's
Okay, so she'll cover her up and like tuck her in, and hop off the bed, and then just basically ask the whole party. So what are we going to do from here now? Now we have a little girl to take care of.
We eat dinner. And he like pulls out his rations. He's just sitting like on the floor eating rations with his hands.
That is a very good plan. We do need to fuel up. But after we eat, what is the next step? Where do we go from here?
We sleep.
That's very important as well. We need to keep our wits about us.
Since you just told the girl we were going to get her to safety, we should probably get her to safety. It's not wise to carry her around with us for whatever it is we're actually doing.
Okay.
I can put her in the pack. And he like points at the big like pack at his back. She'll be safe with me.
I'm good with that
You just
plan.
brought an entire barn around yourself. I'm gonna have to kindly disagree with you there.
She'll be safe. I rescued her.
Thank
And
you
I'm
for
the dumb
emotional
one.
damage. Cora turns around and like gives him a look, saying, "You are the dumb one." Like, yes.
You're the dumb one. Lurch is just the confident one.
Puffs his chest out.
Well, I never.
We know, Jurgen. We know.
I'm going to poison you all in your sleep. I hope you die painfully.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
I only
Okay,
need a half
so-
a dose for you.
Oh, you're turning me to my dark side right now. The things that I could also do to you in your sleep.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly the party murdered itself.
I'm looking for another flagon right now.
He turned to Barabbas. So you wouldn't happen to have any of those popped corn, would you? Because this could get good.
I told you we were going to be sorry joining this lot. Oh my God. Hell's
Well,
human.
I quite like you all though. You're all great people and good fighters. Jurgen, you can still practice more, but yes, I think we have a great party.
Oh, you're right. I think you're right. He could practice more. I mean, good party too. We've all seemed to have our own little party. You're absolutely correct.
Okay,
Jurgen sits
so-
in the corner and broods. Not at anybody's
And broods.
All right, so I
Growing
assume you all,
mushrooms.
I assume you settle in for the night, still a little bit undecided what to do with the child. You're warm at least. You keep watch. The funeral pyre burns out at about 2 a.m, something like that. Sending the homesteader on to the stone fields or the endless pools wherever he goes. By dawn, nothing has bothered you all. It was a relatively peaceful evening. Halfling, you're the one up when the child wakes up first, and then the rest of you start getting up as well. You've got a mission to complete, but now you've got a little bit of, a passenger.
I can't get the thought of
okay.
Master Blaster out of my head for nothing. I can't, man. I can't.
What was the big one? Was the big one Master Blaster?
The big one was Blaster. Master rode on the
Oh,
back.
they're both Master. Okay,
Yeah.
see, I couldn't remember. It's been too many years since I watched The Road Warrior. Wait, no, that's Thunderdome. Which one? That's 3, right?
Yeah.
Mad Max 3. Yeah.
One, 2 go in, 1 come out.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway,
Yes,
back to Master Blaster.
Well, it's Barter Town. All right, so you guys eat breakfast in the morning. The child joins you all. What's the plan? Lurch has given you the option of carrying the child in the pack. You can let the child stay here. You can put her out into the wild, which probably isn't the best thing to do.
We're going to have to get her somewhere safe to live. We can't just leave her here. It's not her fault.
She stays with me. And he
Well-
like picks her up and just sticks her in his pack.
Yeah, she
and
will
like
stay with
puts
you
a
so you
ration
can-
in her mouth.
so you can protect her until we get her to her family. Absolutely. You're doing great work here. Really. You really are, Lords.
Yeah, while he's getting her, settled, Lurtz is getting her settled in his pack. She kind of like takes a blanket and just stuffs it around her, to where she has like, a little bit of padding, and she could be, warm and everything. Us two like just completely taking care of her. Nobody,
Out of
nobody else
game.
is really.
Out of game, I'm just worried she's going to start hollering at people passing by. Save me!
While you're doing that, she says, "What are you doing out here?"
Oh,
Lurtz looks to anybody else because he truly doesn't even know at this point.
Lurtz has forgotten the whole purpose.
Yeah, Lurtz is like,
We saw we saw footprints in the snow, and things got a little weird after that.
And we're supposed to be going to a Knight's Keep in order to, go see where he's been for the past 3 weeks. But what do I know?
She looks
Right.
at you and she says, "Sir Folk."
again, Lurtz looks around at everybody
is-
like,
that
that's
is-
his name?
It's Aaron Folk. You all have forgotten, but somewhere in your
I didn't forget, but everybody thinks I'm stupid. I have an intelligence of 18. God damn it. We're supposed to be going that way, towards the keep, to go find out where Sir Fancy Pants Shiny Armor Knight went for the last 3 weeks. We just happened to get sidetracked because somebody found footprints in the snow.
There you go.
But I just
And
said
that's a
that.
great title for this adventure. I should write this up. Footprints in the Snow. That's a great title for this adventure. There you go. She says that when you kind of gesture in that direction, she says that is Sir Folk. I have been to his keep.
Great, we got our new tracker.
Halfling, you're out.
She kind of just.
I mean, they're about the same size. What do you want?
I mean, if she knows the way, she can be our liaison for now.
You feel very dejected at the fact that you're not going to be held like a small child over tracks in the future, aren't you?
Hey, look, that spot's not permanently taken. It will soon be mine again.
A matter of days.
I still got room on me shoulders, don't worry. And he like pats Cora on the head. Maybe like again, not knowing his own strengths, or head kind of does one of these.
All right, so I assume after your breakfast and tucking this child in, that you all set off.
Yes.
She tells you, she informs you that it's not but a few hours from where you are at the moment. You cross the plain, come to a bridge, and cross the East Fork River, and the Knight's Keep is not far beyond that. And it should be safe there. I mean, of all the places near, this should be the safest. She describes him as a stout knight, very capable, lots of armor. All right, so you all start tramping across the snow. It takes just a couple of hours before you can kind of see in the distance the haze of the forest, which you know is the Gorgonwood, or you assume is the Gorgonwood, where the knight has built his castle or his small keep in the edge of it. And somewhere around a little bit after noon, you come to a large stone bridge that spans the East Fork River. It is very, very old dwarven construction, been here for an extremely long time. So you can cross the bridge if you like, or you can go down into the river and try to cross through the water for some strange reason, if that's what you would want to do.
I don't trust that at all.
I mean, live a little, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, well, Steven's reputation precedes him, so not
Stay away
fucking, my watch.
And I'll scratch my head and I'll tell you the group, I'll say, all the years I've traveled, I don't remember this water here before. It's strange. I'm becoming more suspicious about what's going on around here. Very suspicious. Anyways,
The river wasn't here? You're trying to say the river wasn't here?
just trying to remember if perhaps maybe it's not really a river. That's something that we just see, something magical.
Looks like
You
water
should
to
test
me.
it.
Are you drunk?
Illegitimate question.
Yes,
What,
and
what,
I'll,
what kind of question-
I will probably sit down on my ass and fall asleep snoring in front of you.
Well,
The dwarf gets out suddenly.
Cannibal,
I
stay
mean,
with
I
me,
don't
Warren.
mind volunteering Jurgen as tribute to go and test it.
I think.
He's the one that figured out- right, Jurgen?
I think in their travels, Lurtz has like swung his backpack around to the front, and he's got like the kid in it in the front, like a little papoose, and he's got Cora up on his shoulders, and he's just gonna start like he's gonna kind of like look at everybody around him, like what is wrong with all of these people? Are they afraid of a bridge? And he's just gonna start stomping across the bridge.
Right. You cross the bridge with no problem. You get across onto the other side of the river without any.
Yeah, he's gonna call back to everybody. Can you cross the bridge now? Are you still scared?
I Naruto run across the bridge.
I
All right, that leaves the two dwarves.
Stern goes across the bridge.
Yeah, we'll go.
All right, Chuck, for you. No, I'm kidding.
Fantastic. I'll stumble
Suddenly
across.
gives way. No, you cross the bridge without anything untoward
yeah.
happening. Lurch increasingly believing that you're more intelligent than your comrades.
Oh yeah, yep. Mhm.
Not more intelligent, just more confident.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
Yep.
more confident.
Yeah, but he's too stupid to know the difference, so he thinks he's just smarter than all of you guys.
They were fooled by the bridge. All right, so you get on the other side. Like I said, it's a little bit after noon, and you can see the Gorgon Wood just a few miles in front of you. At this point, there's no tracks or road left. The dwarves built this bridge long ago, and other than the knight who has built his keep somewhere in front of you, there's no other traffic in this area. So winter being what it is, nothing has come and gone for quite a while. Ranger, give me a spot check real quick.
All right. And that's going. Which
Yeah,
one am I
wisdom check.
rolling?
Do a
Oh,
wisdom
wisdom,
check on that. Add your level.
Does she get any kind of bonus for being up on my shoulders for this?
Yeah, I'll give her a +1.
Okay, so that'll be 10 total.
Oh, buddy.
So not much better than. than
Man,
being
you
on there.
possibly have like 3 like tufts of hair that just keep going back and forth and disturbing my vision that I can't really see. I'm just so focused on these 3 pieces of hair of yours. I don't know. It's just apparently my vision is not very perfect right now.
Clearly a little confused. All right, you guys tramp across the snow. A couple hours, midday, somewhere around 2:30, something like that. Clouds start rolling in from the east. It's clearly going to start snowing soon. Temperature drops just a smidgen, but your proximity to the river puts a lot of moisture in the air. So you can see patches of fog cropping up here and there. And the child points in a northeasterly direction from where you are and says the keep should be there, just in the edge of the woods on top of a small knoll. She's been there once with her father. I assume you guys keep tramping on. Somewhere a little bit, hour or so before dark, you spy this singular keep sitting on a blockhouse on top of a berm. The berm looks natural. It probably was. All the trees were cut down and the keep was built on top of it. Here you can see ruts deeply gouged into the ground, and you can see where the snow's kind of gone into it. where stone was gathered, stacked, and then over probably a year's time hauled up onto this, this berm to build this singular circular keep and the blockhouse that it sits upon. And she points to it. There is no standard. Normally, there would be the knight's standard flying from this thing. There's no standard from it. There's no signs of smoke coming from it. It just looks cold and gray with snow scattered all about.
Any tracks? Obvious tracks?
You actually do see, you can see the snow's quite disturbed. As a dwarf and a fighter, you can't make heads or tails, but the ranger would have to do a real track check. But there's definitely movement to and from.
I'll look over at Master and I'll say, Orc, what do you smell?
As an orc, I do have an enhanced sense of smell. He's going to lift his head up and sniff the air.
Give me a primary attribute check on that. So that's going to be whatever your primary attribute check is.
Okay.
I think it's con for them. I think
con
for barbs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Add level and.
All right, that is a 21.
You smell that same kind of acrid stench that you did at the homestead the previous day when you guys were moving around. So you smell that a little bit in the air, but there's another stench that goes with it that brings to mind immediately dried blood.
Ah, yeah. He looks to Barabbas and says, "I smell them stinky gits from yesterday. A bit of blood."
And I'll just kind of stand up, look over at the cleric and say, right. Start looking around. Because clearly, we're going to have visitors at some point. That smell.
Well, when they arrive, just let them come. Don't go running off and chasing things and going by yourselves.
No, that's the assassin's job, not mine.
I think at this point he's going to take Cora off of his back and set her down. Which I feel like they do this a lot, and she knows that it's like time to stay behind him. And he's gonna swing the little backpack around to his back and fashion his shield over behind it to protect the child on his back.
Okay.
And
she senses your defensive moves, and she kind of nervously curls up into a ball underneath the shield.
that's good. Yeah, it's just like a turtle situation back there with like the shield and the backpack. And he's gonna draw his two-handed sword and start marching up towards the keep. He smelled blood. He's ready. Stinky gits and blood.
Little note: I don't think I have to like choose one direction or the other. As long as I'm aware of the undead and their presence and they're within range, whatever type I'm trying to turn, I turn.
What's that range?
That range. Of course, I had to have gone away from that. Turn undead. 60 feet.
Okay. All right. So, the half-orc starts tramping forward, moving across the snow. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to quickly and try not to trip over with how quickly I'm trying to follow alerts and do that.
All right, halfling right behind, cutting through the snow. Dwarves, what are you all doing?
Following right behind as well.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm finding some sort of a shadow and then hiding in it while I follow them.
Okay. So you're trying to move through the shadows of the trees and whatnot as they approach. All right. So Lurch, I assume that you're not taking any kind of precautions. You're just moving forward to the blockhouse.
Yeah, no, I've got my sword out. I'm ready to just cut anything in half. I find.
I misspoke. You clearly took the only precaution you wanted to.
Yep. I got the child in turtle mode and my sword out. I'm ready.
All right. So Lurch, you come walking up to this blockhouse. So the blockhouse is built of just stone. It's kind of cemented together very loosely. It's not great craftsmanship here or anything. And you can see a door in front of you, and the door itself is somewhat ajar and broken open. There's this kind of odd stench wafting from within inside. That acrid smell. There's other smells your orc senses pick up as well. Dry blood, most specifically.
He puts a boot to that door and just fucking busts through it.
All right. Lurch explodes into the room. Obviously, only one can go in behind it. I assume Halfling, you're right behind. And the dwarves are y'all coming up? What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like move in between Lurtz's legs and then like go along the wall, like moving silently, so I can get in there and be kind of like hidden, but get in there and see what's going on.
Okay. All right. So
Ern is as close to Lurtz's, staying on Lurtz's heels as possible, because he gets the feeling that he's going to need to act quickly before Lurtz gets himself into trouble.
Okay, and
Yeah, exactly.
Chuck.
And I'm moving up because, well, I'm also concerned about the little package. You know what I mean?
Okay. You guys are all crowding around Lurch. Everybody's
A little worried, a little bit.
Jurgen, so you're a little bit behind them, not far, 10, 15 feet. Are you going to wait to clear the room? Or?
No, I'm quite literally, so like at this point he's done screwing around. He's actually like in assassin mode, so he's very much like sticking to every shadow, every corner. He's watching around him. Like his vigilance is like through the roof right now. Like, yeah, there's enough meat right there that they can probably handle just about anything. But what they probably can't handle is, a wizard that walks up behind them or something along those lines, because they're too busy in all their armor and all their axes.
Got it. All right. So as soon as you go in, Halfling slips to your side. You can see this large room is probably about 50 feet deep, maybe 30 feet wide, give or take. And it's pretty stout. I mean, it's about 10 feet tall, and you can tell immediately that it's used for everything. There's a horse in here, dead on the ground, half devoured. There's piles of hay next to it. There's supplies everywhere. There's some bunks over in the corner. You can see a table turned over in the corner, or set up over in the corner. And immediately as you're stepping in and seeing this, clearly the supplies of some kind of settlement, clearly the knight's, his primary storage facility and stables, your mind takes in a whole bunch of stuff all at once. Stairs going up. On the other side of the stairs, you can see a table, and there's 4 hobgoblins sitting there. And they all kind of pivot and look as you just kick the door open and come through. And even as your mind's focusing on these hobgoblins, you can see these other creatures, much like the ghoulish wights that you fought earlier, kind of crawling out from, one comes out of the horse's carcass, one comes out of a barrel, one's clinging to the ceiling upside down. So you got a good 8 or so open targets in the room that you can focus on.
I love this. You said this room is about 50 feet deep, right?
Yeah, about 30 feet.
And 30 feet wide.
Yep.
Perfect. Love this. Love this so much. Lurtz looks, and he's like moving forward with just a shit-eating grin on his face right now. His sword drops to his side in one hand, and with his other hand he is reaching to a big brass horn on his hip, and he's gonna lift that to his lips and blow it through the room.
All right. Excellent. All right, so you step in, take a moment. The Hobbs are clearly, they were in some type of poker game or game of chance or something, because they're taken aback as the door kicks open, and they're just staring at you. The first thing they see is an orc, of course, because it can't quite. It's dark, dim, you're half orc. They don't really know what's going on. And then you sound that horn. Halfling, you've moved in to the left of this creature, and the dwarves are stopped in the doorway behind you as you stop and sound your war horn. And
this is my magical item, by the way. This is my rare item I was allowed to have.
Let me just guess. It wouldn't happen to be a Horn of Valhalla, would it?
It is the Horn of Blasting, actually.
What does that do?
All right, so the horn, it's a 40-foot cone, and it causes 5d6 points of sonic sonic damage to these creatures, and causes them to be deafened for 2d6 rounds. It's a Constitution save on this, and that will reduce the damage by half and negates the deafening if they.
How much
win
was the
the
damage
save.
on that? 2d6?
5d6.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
It
Now-
says that crystalline objects and creatures take 7d6, but none
Now,
of
wait
these
a
guys
minute,
are
wait a minute.
crystalline.
You picked 2 magic items.
You said we could have 2, right? At the very beginning.
No, it was either the magic plus 1, 3, or something unusual.
Oh, I thought we were allowed to have the +1.
Oh, no,
3
I'm
or
sorry,
an
I
unusual
misspoke.
and an unusual thing. My
Yeah.
apologies.
No,
Well,
But you know what? That entrance was too badass. So we're
There
we're
you
not
go.
wasting that at all. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give him it's just your sheer what have you got? Primeval will or something like that. So when you blow that horn, it stuns everyone for 1 solid round, and roll a d4, and it'll do 1d4 points of damage to everyone in the room
okay.
except
Very cool.
your comrades.
Oh, guys, whoa, hold up. You know.
Except
Yeah,
Chuck, there's
it
3d8
does
I
move
sent you a Skype, by the way.
That's 3 damage.
Okay,
Kill it.
excellent. All right. Yeah, it's good. I forgot.
It's all good.
I'll explain things later.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the thunder of that just kind of rolls through the room. The Hobbs take the worst brunt of that just because it's physical damage. The undead ghouls that are dropping from the ceiling are coming out. They obviously don't have enough cognitive abilities to know what's going on, but they are clearly wounded by it, and they come barreling in at you with speed. So you got the halfling immediately to your left. You've got the door plugs behind you. You can leap forward to engage and let your comrades in, or you can hold the door heroically.
Yeah, I'm gonna leap
keep them
forward
out.
and engage for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with you, then we're going to halfling, then with the dwarves, and we'll roll through this combat fast. I know we're running out a little bit of time. So, Lurch, you got 2 ghouls coming at you immediately.
Steve,
Yeah.
just so you know, we end at 5 Central.
That's a problem. You told me it was 3 hours from 1 to
No.
4.
I never actually said how long it was. I just said we started at 1. Yeah, they're all 4-hour slots. I'm sorry. I probably should have said something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. All right, so all right, let's get through this combat. Lurch, give me an initiative.
Orc Skull should still
All
count,
right.
So we
What's
can
that?
raid an Orc Skull, and Orc Skull can raid into me.
Oh, yeah, I can raid an Orc Skull, actually. So I forgot about
That's
that.
a 5 from
All
me.
right, you got it. Swing.
Good thought, Rob. Thank you for that.
Oh boy. All right. That's 25.
All right,
Hit.
you cleave into the creature. And you said you did
Wow.
3 from that horn of blasting.
Yes.
All right,
And that is going to be 10 damage.
good lord. All right, you carve into this creature. They leap upon you with a gusto. You said a 15 AC.
Yes.
All right. You get hit once with all of that. Give me a Constitution save. You're going to take 3 points of damage from that. Prime for you, is that right?
Constitution save is a 22, sorry.
All right, you got it. You're golden. All right, Halfling, you're up. You got one of these ghouls leaping on you. Give me an initiative.
All right. Oh my gosh, it's a 10.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'm going to knock an arrow in my bow and shoot at the one that's leaping at me.
All right, take your shot.
That is a dirty 20.
You got it.
Okay. That is going to be 2 points of damage.
All right, you thump the creature. It leaps upon you. And what's your AC?
17.
It doesn't matter. It's just clawing and raking at you. You manage to sidestep. I assume you're going to pull another arrow and try to take another shot next round. All right, Dwarf, Durin, you coming in to the left or to the right? The Halfling went to the left.
To the right. I'm basically just trying to get out from behind Lurtz.
The Lurch. All right. So
That's all our goal.
You go to the right.
Yes.
Okay, you can easily take one that Lurch is fighting and engage that. So I've already
Oh no,
swung.
I'm turning
Oh, you were trying to turn. All right, fire away.
That is a six. Hold on a second. That is 21 total.
All right, and how many of the extraordinary, this normal can you turn? Is it 1d12? Is that right?
It's 1d12 plus my charisma bonus.
What is your charisma buff?
30.
Jesus.
He's a really nice guy.
I got a +1 to my charisma. So that's 9.
So 9. All right. So as soon as you shout out and call to your god, these ghouls start scattering in every which direction, running to the other side of the room, fleeing from you. At that point, the bugbears have not bugbears, the hobgoblins. Did I say bugbears? I meant hobgoblins.
No.
The hobs have kind of recouped from the horn of blasting and are running forward. But Chuck, you haven't acted this round.
No.
What are you doing?
I'm going to take out one of the hobs. I guess I'll join them.
All right, so you come charging across the room. Give me an initiative.
All right, initiative roll it is. Let's see. I've got a 7. Yeah.
All right, you got it. Give me some damage.
All right. Damage or to hit?
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's your initiative. Yeah.
Man, I am cursed today. I mean, I'm still doing okay. That's a 8, 17 to hit.
That is. That's a pretty bad curse.
All right, let's see. That's with my battle axe. Holy shit, there's a CNC logo. It's going to be 14 points of damage. No,
right, you
13 points of damage. My bad.
You cut that hob down. It topples to the earth. All right, Jurgen, you have not acted. You've moved into the shadows of the room. You can see this small crowd of hobs fixing to overwhelm the dwarves. Undead creatures flee in every which direction. Stairs leading up.
I'm going to basically whichever one has their back turned to me. I'm going to attack that one. I'm going to try and be able to get advantage on some sort of back attack, some sort of back strike.
All right, so give me a sneak or a hide to see if you can kind of maneuver through the debris in the room to get behind the hobs there.
It's going to be a 24.
Oh yeah, you easily do. All right, so this round you weave your way behind it actually puts you beneath the stairs, as you can see these hobs kind of rolling up and over the dwarves. But beginning next round, Lurch, the creatures in front of you start fleeing. The two ghouls in front of you start fleeing. Are you going to pursue them or pivot on the hobgoblins who are rushing the two dwarves standing there?
I'm gonna pivot and help my teammates out here.
Okay, Halfling, same thing with you. Are you going to pivot to help your buddies here, or continue to shoot at the fleeing ghouls?
Would it be since they're fleeing, they're not technically going by me, right? So it wouldn't be like an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well, you can easily take a shot. You get it back. I give you a +2 on a back attack, easy, because they're just running at this point. And
okay, yeah, no, I'll shoot at the closest one to me then.
All right, go ahead and take a shot. And while we do that, we're just going to do a straight up hobgoblin per each of the two dwarves and Lurch there.
So you said +2, would that be to hit or the damage?
To hit.
Okay, so that would be 25 to hit.
You got it. Give me some damage.
That is 3 points of damage.
All right, you stick to that ghoul as well. And you can see them running to the other side of the room, trying to claw their way through the wall and get through. But there's no exit that they know of, if there is one. All right, so Lurch, we'll start with you. Give me an initiative. A hob pivot on you. He's got a great big double-bladed battle axe.
That's a 10.
You got it.
All right. Wow, my dice are on fire today. That's another 25 to hit.
Nice. All right.
And that is 9 points of damage.
All right, you cut him down. That hob topples to the ground at your feet. Durin, give me an initiative.
All right.
Actually, Jurgen, also give me an initiative too because you've moved behind them.
That's a 5 for Durin.
All right. Chuck, give me an initiative.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I'll rush in with a 2.
All right. All right. So you're moving, Jurgen, you're actually moving faster. There's two right in front of you. Now, one's on Chuck's character and one's on Durin there. You can swing. You can do a back attack at either one.
Can I I don't know if I can do this or not. Can I do a back? Can I do a sneak attack with my broadsword?
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Then yeah, he would. He would do a sneak attack with his broadsword, which
Nice.
would.
Which one you took? Duran's or Chuck's?
Duran's.
All right, have at it.
Which would be a 22.
Yeah, you hit it.
Okay. For that would be 13 points of damage.
All right, you cut him down. He topples to the earth. Chuck, initiative.
Oh, I rolled initiative too. So you wanted to
Oh
hit?
yeah, that's right. Let me swing at you. What's your AC?
God
Doesn't
damn
matter.
it.
No, I
50.
got a 10.
Oh,
Go ahead, swing. Take your hack at the last remaining engaging creature in this row. What'd you get?
1.
A 1?
Oh, well, technically I got a 9.
Well, why is that a 1?
Well, you add 8 to it and pretend. Oh, wait, I've got a hero point. Yes, that is going to be a 10.
Oh, there you go. Well, if you rolled a natural 1, you drop your weapon no matter what.
I thought that we could use the point to make it.
Oh, your points. Yeah, I forget the hero points. Okay,
Yeah,
I
see,
see.
I mean-
You hold on to your.
Yeah, because
you
I
hold
would,
on.
even though I'm going to miss, I'm sure I'm going to miss the 10. I would much rather in your game miss than to drop a weapon. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. Yeah, you do miss, but you do hold on to your weapon. You know, it's so funny because I don't use any kind of, in any game, fate points, hero point, any of that stuff. I don't use any of it, so my brain never goes there. All right, so that ends that round. There's really only one hob left. You can see the ghouls, one's horribly, two are horribly wounded, trying to claw their way through the wall, and they're turning their hands into just rubbish and whatnot as they attempt to do this. But this one this one hobgoblin does not yield a battle. He throws his back to the wall, seeing Jurgen and Chuck. I assume you press. Is anyone going to help Chuck, or let this be a single combat? Chuck, give me an initiative. Lurch, what are you doing?
Lurtz is gonna jump in there and help.
Give me an initiative as well. I got a 2.
I got a 3. Yeah.
I got a 1.
Everybody's moving slow. All right, Chuck, take your swing.
Full swing this time, big boy. 20. Not natural.
Sweet. All right, give me some damage.
Dirty 20. All right, it's going to be. Oh. I'll wait. I was going to say, I could use one of my points to make that a 2 points to make it a 20, but I'm not going to do that. It sounds like that's. I think I'd be a bad choice with you. Where's my 8-sided at? Wow. Okay. That's going to be 13 more points of damage. I rolled another 8.
All right. Do I have one of these hero points?
You do, actually.
All right. I'm going to take it now and do a death swing at you, Chuck. That's what I'm going to do.
Death swing. Hold on. Who's running this game?
I'm spending my hero point to get an extra swing as I die. I got a 17. What is your armor class?
Oh my, let me look because it's updated. It is an 18.
It rattles off of your mail as you fight off the dying hobgoblin as he tumbles to the ground.
You wanted me. You wanted me dead. Great.
All right, what are y'all doing? The room is clear. Well, the room's not clear. You got these ghouls trying to get out, and they can't. They're just clawing.
Lurtz is going over there. He's just gonna start swinging at him.
You just start hacking these creatures to death. How long does that turn last, Cleric? Do you know offhand?
Yeah, Castle Keeper.
Probably last for a fair bit. We're only like in round 2 since it happened.
It's probably the 3rd round since. Does it say anything in it?
I haven't done anything else other than that turn, so this is like the next round.
Either way, how long does it take?
Players handle.
Yeah, I've lost mine. Where it's at.
All right, we're going with Asher the Bear says a minute. That's what we're going with. All right, so you have plenty of time to carve through these things, Lurch, as they're defenseless. You get a +10 every time you swing. We can go through the motions if you want, or
No,
not
no,
necessary. All right.
no. He's hacking them up like stew.
They
All
flee
right.
for 10 rounds.
Do what?
They flee for 10 rounds.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
Just
plenty
still
of time.
Plenty of time to hack through these things. The only casualty is one of the halflings' arrows that gets shorn in half with your with your ferocious attack.
You guys will look over and Lurtz is just like laughing maniacally, covered in like blood and just like hacking them to bits.
See,
My
this child, the child's prayer to Tefnu worked well, right? You have showed up to save her in the day. All right. So you're standing in this blockhouse. Now, despite the miscommunication, I cannot stay much longer than 4. I apologize for that.
That's okay. We worked it out.
Yeah, it's good. But I can go over a little bit. I built into a little bit of, a
I've got
bumper.
another session in an hour anyway that
Yeah.
I've got to run,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I talked to them. They're expecting us. I told them we'd ready in there in the next 20, 30 minutes or something. Whatever.
Okay, good.
You're good.
Yeah, I specifically told some people I'd be done at 4, but
No big deal. You got to eat.
yeah, do what?
Said you got to eat a cheeseburger, man.
Oh, it's not food this time. It's other stuff, but
Oh,
the food's not far from it. So
I was saying.
cheeseburgers at any time, any day. All right, so you guys find yourself in this blockhouse, this spiral staircase going up. Now there's just a wreck and ruin of dead hobgoblins and these 4 ghouls heaped and piled everywhere.
Lurtz starts making his way upstairs. He doesn't know what he's looking for. He's already forgot this knight's name all over again. He has no idea why he's here. But he's very menacingly calling because he just assumes there's more things to kill in this area. As he's going up the spiral staircase, he's going come out, wherever you are, and just climbing his way up.
Okay, anyone going with him?
Oh yes, very much so. Right behind Lurtz.
Okay, so you go into this, and the stairs go up into the first level of the keep here, and you can see you're a little bit above ground, because you're on top of the blockhouse here. There's a couple of arrow slits that look out very, very narrow, and more debris scattered in every which direction here. A couple of bodies, half hacked to pieces. It looks like they've been scarred or tattooed with symbols, which is little teardrops of Imbricius. And then there's another set of steps leading up to what is obviously the top of this small keep.
He's going straight up. He's just on the hunt for more things to murder.
Not hesitating. Excellent. All right, and I guess the 4 of you are following right behind.
I mean, when the wall moves, just follow the wall.
That is very.
I pull my arrows. I collect my arrows first, and then I follow.
Okay.
Lurtz
No
is-
arrow left behind.
Do what, Durin?
Lurtz is the shield wall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And Chuck, I assume you're bringing up the lead as well. The real-
Well, he's still got that baby on his back. Yeah, I'm following right
yeah.
along close because I'm concerned.
as you,
I don't want to
as
get in
you
trouble. Well, I don't want to get in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? They've already got me in jail once. That's another story.
All right, Lurch, you just move up these stairs, and you can see the hatch in front of you is open, easy to walk up and into this towering keep. Now, into this top room of the keep. Here you can see, the first thing you see is a large double bed. Laying on that bed is the figure of a man wrapped up in something. There's a body curled up on a corner. It seems to be a woman that has been killed somehow. There's a few arrow slits in here, a bureau, an armor stand, some weapons scattered about, all kinds of stuff. Now, as you step through the door or come up through the hatch, you can see that body on the bed begins to move. And it's wrapped up in all kinds of stuff. And you can see all of these small symbols of Imbricius all over it. It begins to move. Its arms begin to move.
Oh,
But
hell no.
the 4 of you, everyone but Lurch, you don't see any of this. You're moving up the stairs when you all kind of see movement out of the corner of your eye. And you can see one of those bodies that I described that was laying there covered in the tattoos and whatnot rolls over. And it's this wizened, kind of terrible looking, half dead looking old man, holds his hands up, and he's got a symbol of Imbricius, and he utters a curse at you, and he slams you all with a a wounding spear, which I don't think there is a saving throw from. So you're each going to take 2d8 points of damage from that. But I'm going to check and make sure there isn't.
Oh
a
yes,
saving throw.
make yourself look like you care about our damn hit points. Go ahead and look it up there.
There may be, but I don't. I do not think.
False love,
There
chat.
is.
False love. That's what that is. False love.
There is no saving throw from this. So I'm going to let you guys roll your own damage. Durin, we're going to start with you. You take 2d8 points of damage. Roll 2d8.
All right, hold on.
Great. How you sleep at night?
4.
4?
Yep.
All right, you take 4 points of damage. Chuck, you're up. Roll your 2d8
I
points.
take
of damage.
one.
Do us proud, Chuck.
I
Do
did.
us proud.
I rolled 1 point. Oh,
You
Come
must
on.
control that.
let's see. Cold dice. Cold dice. Let's get some cold dice in here. Oh, I got a 1 and an 8.
There you go. There you go. 9 points of damage from that.
That's it. I got a
Ranger, you're up. Roll your damage.
I rolled 9 total.
All right, there you go.
Oh,
Take
good.
9
I'm
points
not
of
alone in pain. That's fantastic.
damage. You have company. Jurgen, you're up.
I rolled 12 in total.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
You go for it. You win, buddy.
You have excelled, Jurgen.
Jurgen's fainted at this
I
point.
have 1 hit point left. I just need that known. I have 1 left.
Jurgen staggers back from the blow. All right, so we're going to start the next round. Lurch, you've got about 1 round before whatever's on that bed is moving. So what
Okay.
do you do?
First off, I took 10 points of damage on that.
You
Second,
didn't get hit with it.
I
You didn't-
didn't.
You did not. You're out of the room.
I love that.
Because you're carrying the child. That's why. Because you've got the child with you. That's all it is.
this guy on the floor that did that, he's in the room that I'm in now, or
No, he's in the room below you. You don't even know
Below.
that. All you hear is
Oh.
some exclamations of pain from beneath you, and Jurgen go, I'm almost dead, or whatever. Whatever.
All right,
Jurgen.
so this thing, I just see this thing lifting on the bed. So I'm going to draw my sword and attack it because I feel like it shouldn't be moving, and I don't like that, and I'm not very smart anyways. So if it moves,
All right.
it dies.
All right, you leap across the room at this creature, swinging down. Now, I'm going to give you a -2 on your initial swing because this thing has the bedposts and the rail across the top
Okay.
of it. And as
All
you're
right.
swinging your blade down, you carve through the wood and into the creature. But go ahead and take your swing.
Okay. So that is going to be 17 total to hit.
I'm pretty sure that hits, but I can't get to that page for some reason. It does not hit. All right. You crash through, breaking that headboard down, the cross beam on it, smash into the creature, cutting through its flesh and whatnot. And you see a little bit of kind of gaseous smoke come out and rise from it. Looks like a fungus, and like you'd step on a mushroom or something. And he kind of rolls over trying to get to the floor. Now, next round, you won't get initiative, but it will be able to engage next round. Now, down below, in the room below, this guy getting to his feet very, very quickly, nimbly. You can see him beneath his rags. He's got chainmail underneath that. He's got the holy symbol of Embricius in his left hand and a mace in his right, and he starts to utter something. So all 4 of you, give me an initiative.
All 4?
All 4 of you on the steps. Give me everyone but Lurch. Give me an
Shit.
initiative.
That damn
I
lurch.
got a 6.
7.
6, 7. Jurgen,
I got a 6.
I got a 9.
9. All right. All right. Everybody goes for me. So we're going to start. Who was at the top of the stairs? Was that who followed in? Probably the Ranger. All right, Ranger. What do you do?
I am. How far did you say he was from us?
Maybe 20 feet, 30 feet. He's very close.
My arrows have been straight and true this whole time. I'm gonna just continue shooting.
All right. So you drop, take a shot.
That is 25.
You got him. It strikes him hits him in the arm. Give me some damage from that. All right.
4 points.
4 points. All right, Durin, I'm assuming you're second down on the steps. What are you doing?
I think that he is he's gonna rush past to try and help and swing his broadsword.
Now you have to leap off the steps. Oh, you're just going to run down the steps. You're just going to barrel down the steps to engage in combat. All right.
Yeah.
Durin, what are you doing? You get to the floor, Jurgen.
As Jurgen is running past, you're gonna need this, and touches him to cast a Cure Serious Wounds.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. With this 1 hit point.
He might have mumbled under his breath, "Dummy."
How much do you cure him for?
Hold on a second.
Oh, you actually used a point a while ago, didn't you, Steven?
I did. I wasted
that
it.
off.
I should have saved it.
That is 7, 8, 15, 19 points. 19 points of healing.
I assume Jurgen, that helps a little bit. All right,
I'm not
Chuck,
dead yet.
there you go. Chuck, what are you doing? You're actually still on the bottom step there. You were bringing up the rear.
Is this the only thing in the room?
Well, there's 4 or 5 other bodies in here. There's debris all over the place.
Okay. Is it outside of game? Is this the time to use that last piece of art?
I put it in the. No.
Okay.
No.
I wasn't sure because your description's throwing me off a little bit too. All right, I'm going to
Well,
go.
What I didn't give you was a picture of the cleric. So yeah. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna. I mean, the guy's he's attacking us. I'm gonna attack him.
All right, so you just rush across the room.
Yeah. I'm not waiting for him, but I figure he can't talk if he's got an axe in his face.
So this is what I'm going to do for this guy, but you're going to roll your own death. So he's casting a spell. Now you've got to close that distance, but you've got initiative on him, right?
Right.
So he's going to get a dexterity check to see if he gets his spell off just before you close with it. All right, so I'm going to let you roll a d20 and tell me what you got. And I'll add his level and...
What do I need? That's what my players tell me all the time.
So 16.
I rolled a 19 nat. So.
All right, so he made his dexterity check. So he hits you with sound burst. It wasn't you making. You were making the dexterity check for him. So.
Oh. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, well, So.
Yeah, that'll learn you, right? Yeah.
That'll learn you. What is sound burst? 1d8? Is that?
1d2, I think.
1d2 is that?
I don't know.
1d8. We're going with 1d8 because I'm not looking.
Sure, that sounds good.
You take 3 points of damage and then you close with the cleric.
Son of a bitch.
Now swing.
Now that my convenient 19's gone. You dirty dog. Aha! 18. It's close
There
enough.
you go. You hit. You carve into this fellow.
Now I have 2 points. No, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to go ahead and just take it like it is. I'm going to swing and get into him. He's going to take, damn. Okay, 13 points of damage. I can only roll 8s on this die for whatever reason.
There you go. That's a good blow. All right, you carve into it. All right,
Yep.
Lurch, back to you. Up at the top of the room, this creature up. You get initiative on this guy, right? Isn't that what I said? How's this guy's hit points? Take your swing.
Okay, take my swing.
Yeah.
All right, this one's gonna be a 20, a dirty 20. Does that hit?
20? Oh, a dirt.
No, a dirty 20.
Got it. All right, you carve into the creature.
Beautiful. That is going to be for 11 points of damage.
All right. As you carve into it and it comes up to its feet, you can see the rags on its face kind of fall away. And for the briefest moment, you can see into the endless pools. The endless pools are where the listless dead go. They aren't evil. They're not good. It's meaningless nothingness. It means that your life had no meaning and your life's deeds had no meaning. It was just nothing in front of you. So you need to make a Constitution save to avoid being stunned.
Now, because Constitution is one of my main attributes, do I get any kind of bonus for that?
So that means that your base, it's basically you get a much higher chance to succeed. You need a base chance of 12 plus this creature's hit dice, which I'll tell you is 7. So you're going to need a 19. You're going to add your level to it, and you're going to add your attribute.
Well, I rolled a 14. Plus my level, plus my mod, it makes it a 19 on the
All right,
die.
golden. All right, so you are not stricken with fear. For the briefest moment, you hesitate like this, just looking at the creature, but then you lurch naturally, snaps out of it. Not too wise to see his own mortality, but the creature still swings at you and slams you hard in the chest for 5 points of damage. You took your swing. No, you have not taken your. No, you did take your swing.
I did take my swing. Mhm.
That's right. All right. So back downstairs. We've got Ranger at the top. Chuck's engaged. Jurgen, you're on the floor, and Dwarf, Durin, you're standing about halfway up the stairs. Everybody, give me an initiative on that, as this cleric is full on engaged with Chuck.
4.
8.
10.
Six.
Chuck, give me an initiative.
6 for
Can you?
Dory.
Got it. Can you beat my 10?
I tied it.
Did you really? All right.
Yeah.
Take your swing. You and I are going to swing simultaneously, and then everybody else is going to swing.
Okay.
What is your AC?
18.
I don't think so. Wait, 16. He does hit. Yes, he smashes you in the chest with a mace. 1d8. Takes 6 points of damage from that. And what do you got, Chuck? You're swinging.
I've got a 14.
That misses. All right, your blade rattles off of his chainmail. All right, Halfling, I assume you're taking a shot.
I got a 4, so I don't know if that beat your.
I've already acted this round, so.
Gotcha.
Go.
Yes. Taking another shot.
All right, go ahead and take your shot. Jurgen, are you engaging or are you trying to get behind the guy?
I'm just gonna straight up engage. Straight
All
up
right, go ahead and
yeah.
jump in there. and
That
Go ahead.
14.
That misses. It bounces off of his mail, clatters on the ground. Jurgen, go ahead and take your swing. Durin, what do you do?
18.
That hits Jurgen.
Durin's heading into the room to engage as well.
All right, so you charge down off the steps. You're not going to engage this round, but next round you'll be into the melee with your 2 comrades. What kind of damage, Jurgen?
8 points.
All right. He staggers back from these blows, puts his back up against the wall, and begins. You can see he's clearly beginning to cast a spell. All right, ends that round. Beginning next round. Lurch, you are alone. None of your comrades are coming up to aid you whatsoever. You're just alone up here. Give me an initiative.
Yep.
Alone.
That's an 8 on the dice.
You got it. Take your swing.
All right.
They have abandoned poor Lurch.
Oh, yeah, that's 15 to hit.
You do not hit. You smash into the creature, driving him back somewhat, but no damage.
Okay.
The mummy is going to slam you again. What was your AC?
15.
He hits you again for 5 more points of damage, trying to drive you back down into the hatch. All right, down below. Cleric starts to cast a spell. Give me an initiative. All 4 of you. I got a 7.
Out of 5.
3.
I got a 1.
I got
You're
a
in trouble.
6. Take that.
Halfling, what did you get?
I got a 1.
Okay, to let you know how this normally works, since he's casting a spell in the middle of combat, if any one of you beat me on initiative, you'd swing. And if you hit him, doesn't even matter if you hit him. I'm going to make him make an attribute check to see if he loses the spell or not, because he can't concentrate on the spell while he's engaged. But since he won initiative, he's able to get this spell off. And Chuck, he is going to hit you. I'm sorry, he's not going to hit you. He summons Spiritual Warrior. So there's suddenly this one of these undead next to him. The spirit rises up and out of it and attacks Durin across the room, or as you're charging across the room. So Durin, I'm going to take. That's actually my action this round. So all of you can act. Durin, are you engaging this warrior? That's one thing you got to decide. Chuck, swing. Jurgen, swing. Ranger, take your shot. Durin, what do you do?
Durin is going to try to turn the warrior.
Okay. Chuck, what'd you get?
That's an
I've got a. Sorry. I got a 22.
You hit. You carve into the guy.
No 8 this time. It's going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right, Halfling, what'd you get?
15.
That hits.
Yay. Okay. 1 point of damage.
Okay. All right, Jurgen, you're up.
Swinging.
All right, what do you got?
My broadsword. Let's see. What do I get? No, that's a 3.
Not so much. Okay, the blade rattles off of his mail. All right, Durin, what did you get on your turn?
19.
All right, it does not affect the creature whatsoever. It swings down and into you. What is your armor class?
Ooh, my armor class is 18.
All right, you take 5 points of damage, and you can feel it as it cuts into you. This cold breath of death just kind of passing through your body. There's no physical damage to you. You can tell it's spiritual to your body there. All right, that ends that melee round. Lurch, we're back to you.
All right.
Initiative.
That's a 6.
You got it. Swing.
That's a 24.
You hit. I'm
Ooh,
losing.
yeah, that is max damage. So that's a 16.
Good lord. You're chipping the mummy away slowly, slowly but surely.
He's
so
beefcake.
That's right. Mummy swings wild over you, smashes into the wall, and you see bones. You can hear the bones in its hand break as it jars itself with its horrific shot at you. All right, down below. Let's do the 3 and give me an initiative against the cleric. He's coming up, mace in hand. Chuck, to try to rain some blows on you. So Chuck, Halfling, and Jurgen, give me an initiative.
9.
9.
Got it.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Got a 7.
All right, all 3 of you take your swings. He is bleeding profusely.
Crumb!
Hey.
Hell yeah.
That is a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, wow.
It is a natural 20 plus.
Also hits.
So yeah, plus a bunch. There we go. Yeah.
Plus
So like
a
a
bunch.
25 to hit.
All right, that definitely hits. All right, Halfling, how much damage did you do?
5 points of damage.
All right, arrow embeds itself into his hip. Jurgen, Chuck, how'd you make out?
Made
7
out the
points.
20, big fat 28, natural 20.
All right, you got a natural 20 as well.
Yep.
Now, Jurgen, you remember it's maximum damage plus a d4
Oh, my bad.
on a natural 20 there.
So it's
Plus your strength modifier.
okay, so it's 12 points.
12 points. All right, you chop his hand off as the arrow buries into it. Chuck, what damage did you do?
I did 16. My battle
You
axe.
bury your axe in his chest, and he tumbles to the ground. And Durin, even as the cleric dies, this creature in front of you immediately fades, and this spiritual beast that you were fighting is gone. All right, ends that round. Back upstairs, there's still quite a cacophony of noise coming from above. Though, true to form, Lurch does not call for aid. She just
Nope. It's a 4 for my initiative.
All right, I got a 9. All right, so the creature again tries to slam you as well, and misses. So take your shot.
All right.
Out of game, what is she fighting again? I didn't realize she was fighting something.
Fighting a mummy.
Another one?
No, just the one.
Oh, I thought we were fighting a mummy. Okay.
No, you
That's
were
a
fighting
19 on the dice.
Kind of easy. Okay. Makes sense now.
19 on the die. You need a 20 to hit it. So if you have any bonus,
I'm gonna use a point. One of my hero points
there you go.
to hit.
All right,
Luke
Lurch,
smash.
Use a point.
That's a 10 damage.
All right, it's still alive and kicking. All right, so this is the next round. Lurch, you've already gone. Halfling, you're right there in the doorway, and you can hear there's quite a ruckus going on above. What do you do?
I run up the stairs to go and see what all the noise
Ruckuses.
and the ruckus is.
The ruckus. All right, well, you leap right into the middle of a combat. You can see Lurch is standing there, shield on the back with the child beneath it, fighting this ragged-looking undead creature. She's battered and bruised and somewhat. The creature's got shreds of flesh and bandages hanging off of it. So what do? You can take a shot. I'll let you take a shot if you want.
Yeah,
Point blank
let's do
range.
that. Let's do that.
But now you've crowded the door. Not that there's anyone on the steps, so you're really the only one that couldn't get.
17.
That does not hit. It goes right into the creature's flesh, but causes no damage. Durin, you're down on the floor, closest to the steps. What are you doing?
Bolting upstairs as fast as I can.
All right, Jurgen's running upstairs. Durin, what are you doing?
I probably running up the stairs as well.
All right, you start running upstairs. Chuck,
Of course. It's got to save the baby.
Yes, that is true. All right, halfling. Jurgen, you get to the top of the stairs first, and you can see the halfling is standing right there, pulling arrows from her quiver, and you can see Lurch fighting something beyond. So everybody, actually, Jurgen, the halfling, and Lurch, everybody give me an initiative. Chuck and Durin, you guys are kind of log jammed on the stairs behind them. Now, where is he?
You still want you want a knit from us as well?
Only if you're going to attack the person in front of you.
It's a 3.
So if you're swinging at Durin, Chuck, yes, I need to know.
Oh, that's an excellent reply, though. I'm going to have to remember that one. That's a good one.
All right, so I got a 3 as well. Halfling, you and I going simultaneously. Jurgen, what did you do?
6.
All right, and Lurch, what did you get?
I got a 6.
All right, so Lurch, go ahead and take your swing. Jurgen, you have a couple of choices here. You can hold your action, or you can force your way into the room. If you force your way into the room, you're going to hit and knock, not like attack hit, but you're going to knock the ranger out of the way and affect her shot.
Question.
Yeah.
Because it's a halfling that's in front of me, could I technically fire my short bow over the top of her?
You absolutely can. However, you don't have your short bow in hand.
Yes.
So you can switch weapons this round.
Yes, I will do that.
All right, switching weapons out. All right, so Lurch, what did you get to hit?
24 to hit with 9 points of damage.
All right, you carve into the creature, and I'm going to take my swing. Halfling, I take your shot. It is still alive. Actually, Halfling, go ahead and take your shot, and then something else happens to you. I miss you, Lurch. No, wait. 15 armor class, Lurch, is that right?
Yep.
You take 11 points of damage that time with a heavy blow.
Ooh, Lurch is looking rough, finally. He
All
is not doing well.
You see, Halfling, you see Lurch stagger from that blow. He felt that one. Take your shot.
I don't think a 16 hits.
Does not. It bounces. And as that arrow bounces off, you can see this creature suddenly. You two see into this creature's face. You see into the endless pools and a nightmare of what life offers to you for your, what you haven't done, what you have failed to succeed. Give me a Constitution check, and let's see if you can survive this fear.
My.
Actually, I think it should be a charisma check, but go with con because that's what I said.
That's me?
Yep.
Okay.
Add your level and your attribute bonus.
Okay, and I get a +2 for saving throws against fear. So.
Excellent.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, which one did you say I was rolling for?
I think it's fear is a charisma save, isn't it, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a charisma save.
Okay. 14?
That does not. So you're suddenly you're frozen. You're just frozen.
Oh,
in fear.
no. Okay.
All right, blocking the doorway. Okay, ends that round. Beginning next round. Durin, you notice that. Actually, I'm sorry, you can't see anything. So you're just kind of standing there. You can try to push your way through. You can see Jurgen pulling his bow out. What are you gonna do?
I guess push my way through.
All right, so Jurgen, as you're knocking your arrow, Durin just kind of barrels through, pushing you to the side. I'll assume you push him against the wall and not off the steps to fall down in the room below. You just kind of go forward. Jurgen, are you going to resist as you're knocking an arrow, or are you going to let him through?
I'm letting him through.
Okay. All right. Durin, at the end of this round, you kind of pass Jurgen and get up and tangle into the halfling, and you can see that the halfling is frozen in fear. That ends that round. Chuck, I assume you're just kind of moving up, trying to get to the fracas.
I want to attack someone besides Durin. So
yeah. All right, Lurch, give me an initiative. The halfling is frozen in fear. Durin, I need you to make a charisma save against fear. Is it a prime on you?
Ooh, that's
I might as well look too. I'm sure you're gonna.
Charisma is not a prime, so this should be interesting.
It's going to be very difficult for you to survive this.
Yeah, no, I did not make it, not even close.
Oh shit!
All right, so you are frozen. All right, Lurch, what did you get?
An 8.
For your initiative. 8, you got it. Take a swing.
All right. Ooh, that's a crit. Do I get
Oh.
anything special with a crit? That's 29 to hit.
You get maximum damage. plus
Okay,
your-
beautiful.
Plus a d4, plus your strength, plus your magic bonus on the weapon.
Okay, so my maximum damage is 12 plus I rolled a 4, so that's 16 plus my strength and my weapon
Magic.
bonus.
Yep.
So plus another 5, so that's
God bless.
At 21.
21 points of damage.
You carve into the creature, splitting its skull and down into its chest, and it crumbles into a pile of just rotten flesh, bone, and wrapping and embracious tattoos as it dies at your feet.
Nice.
That immediately everyone snaps out of their moment of doubt with the endless.
What happened?
What's going on here?
That was terrifying.
I knew that river was a ploy.
You see Lurtz like
First it's
standing over this creature going, whoa!
And I guess the little girl's like on her back going,
Petrified.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
Tefton has delivered. She's staying under that shield. She's not. She doesn't know what's going on.
She's a smart girl.
All right, you have the cleric is dead down below. Whatever undead were left. Well, there were none. Lurch chopped them all to pieces downstairs, I suppose. So they were all scattered. Even Chuck's legless one there. It doesn't take, but after a moment or so, the child kind of peeks out as everything calms down, and I guess you all pile up here. And she looks at the tattered remains of that of the mummy laying there, and says, "That's the knight Ernald Folk. That's Folk right there. That is the knight that owns this keep."
Not no more, it ain't.
Oh,
Well,
not more.
we own the keep now.
It's a stronghold for erstwhile adventurers to begin amassing their treasure.
I don't see anybody else claiming it.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, that wraps it up. You guys have slain the cleric and the mummy.
Huzzah!
And liberated.
Yay!
I will
Excellent.
say this, and I do this all the time. Had I known this went to 5, it would have been a little bit different. The role playing was so exceptional in and around the homestead. That was fantastic role playing. I didn't want to interrupt it, but there was a river crossing. The bridge was collapsed, and you were supposed to cross the river to get across it. But I skipped that part.
You're so kind. So kind. We appreciate
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah, the cleric would have been, good luck, storming the keep.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's see.
I am in, metal armor. I am not swimming.
Yeah, it never goes well. The last time, I think it was Derek Landver, who Omut on Facebook and whatnot, in a game I was running at GaryCon, he tried to swim. He just got mad, and he was in plate mail, a half plate, and he was going to swim the river to get to the bowman, and he dove in the water. He made a couple of really good con checks, but it didn't go well for him, and he drowned.
He does a lot of
Oh,
Gary Con,
no.
I've discovered.
We were supposed to go to the moat house, and you could not convince us to go through the puddle. It was like 3 inches deep, and we're all like, nope.
Yeah, no one wants anything to do with it.
That was because one of you guys went into the water and got stuck in the mud and lost your shoe. And I think
I
that
did.
was that you? Once the shoe got lost, that was it. No one would cross that water. It was so funny.
that was after we finally decided, all right, for the sake of the adventure, we need to actually go. And then
So
That was hilarious.
we are currently raised up. 7th annual Greyhawk Twitch fundraiser is at $6,535 for the total among all the streamers.
Oh wow, very good.
Yeah, very
Very
good.
good.
Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you all for donating.
Absolutely. Thank you everybody for just hanging out, donating, and just being here. Positive vibes. It's been good. You helped to save the child. Fantastic. We're going to
Right.
raid into Orc Skull here in just a minute. He's also part of the Megastream. But before we do that, we've got a few giveaways. And I want to thank Steve for running the game for us. Thank you, Steve, for taking the time to do that. And
You're very welcome. And thank you guys for playing. This was an absolute blast, and we need to
Good.
do this again. This was very cool.
yes.
Very
Yes,
cool.
it was so
Steve.
much fun.
Yes. Hey.
All right, I'm going to get over here and get these giveaways. If you've not gotten in, now's the time, because I'm going to stop the giveaways here in just a second. There we go. All right, raffle is stopped. I'm going to pick the winners. We're giving away two $10 for each stream. So let me get this down here. First winner is going to be, there'll be a link that pops up in the stream. If you've never been to our Discord before, it's just a link to our Discord, and Obsidian Risk will give you a code. And this is good for $10 off the store for a PDF product of your choice. And the first winner is going to be Kurt, of all people. I'll pick someone else. He doesn't need to win. All
I'll
right.
pick someone else.
Yeah, let's see. Who
Wait
else
a
we
minute.
got?
This is random.
Pick
It's
someone
random.
Savage Splendor, their first winner of the
Yay!
evening.
There you go.
Congrats,
There you
Savage.
go.
Way to go. Way to go. Next up is going to be
Congrats.
Eater of Worlds. There we go. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Thank you so much
Congratulations, all.
for entering. Yeah. All right, I'm going to set the rate up. Steve, you can say your last finals, and I know you got to go, so we'll get you out of here.
Thank everybody for donating, and thank you for joining today and watching the game. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Please
just
share
in case,
about the games coming up to the weekend on your socials.
absolutely. And there's a link if anybody still wants to donate now or not, or the next stream. We just really appreciate everybody helping us. I think we're trying to beat 26K this year. Last year we raised up, I think, 20. Was it 26 we reached? Or we need to beat that, I think.
26,271
Yeah.
is the goal. So I'm assuming 26,270 was what we got last year.
Right. So craziness. I'm so happy that we're a part of this every year. It's so much
Yeah, it's very cool.
goodness going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, folks. So we're going to get out of here.
On that note, I am going
All right.
to say,
gotta
because I need to get ready for my next session. Half
Yep,
an hour.
Rob's running. You're running right after Orc Skull. He'll be right into you. So I'll be lurking.
I will see you
There you
all
go.
then.
All right then.
See you soon, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Oh, I smack
Take it
that
easy,
son.
everybody.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you guys later. And remember, Trolls Eye. Ow! Y'all be good. Peace.